Test. What it do? Hello. How's it going, y'all? We are on my alt account today. A little quiet. There we go. We're on my alt account today, and we are banned on my main for 7 days. What's up, Sharon? We are banned on my main for schmishim from schmation. A hard one. This app blows goats. Yeah, that's the first one in a while. What's up, Marika? Y'all, we are gonna need some extra tap love today. This account hasn't gone live in a while. Ooh, I think I need another energy drink, y'all. Get this baby glowing. Get this baby popping. I'm gonna get my thingy charging and my iPad online. Sorry, chat, my life is unmanageable. If you're a Trump supporter, you want to debate, hop in the box. Hello.
How you doing?
Doing good. Are you a Trump supporter?
I am, yes.
Okay, what do you like about Trump?
A lot of the things out of the big, beautiful bill that he was supporting, especially now that tax season is around, has been helpful for me.
Okay. So your taxes got cut a little bit?
Yep. Not a little bit, actually. So for small businesses especially, in the realm that I work in, the immediate deduction has been, and expensing has been absolutely amazing.
How those tariffs treating you?
Later on, like the child tax credit, as well as the other stuff too, that has just been very helpful.
How are the tariffs treating you?
Tariffs have been fine, not impacting us.
Interesting. So what I would say is we are having the worst jobs reports we've seen in decades. We aren't seeing any of these numbers going in a good trajectory.
Taking out COVID.
What's that?
Are you taking out COVID?
What do you mean?
Like the
No,
numbers
we're not taking out COVID, actually. No.
Because we're not seeing the worst jobs reports numbers that we've seen in decades. So you're cherry picking different parts of the job reports, and you're going, oh, well,
jobs created part, worst jobs numbers. Yeah.
I'm asking, which one are you pulling?
I think it was January or December's.
Because we also had job reports this year that exceeded what were above expectations, and that were not as bad as previous job reports over the past decade. I'm just saying, like, that is just a pure fact. Like, I mean, you would have to acknowledge that part if you're going to be cherry picking as well.
Yeah, I don't know.
We can both cherry pick here and say, oh no, it's good, it's bad.
I don't think any of Trump's economic policy is in any way coherent or helpful. I think that the tax cuts might be good like now, but he's spent like an egregious amount of money doing that. We were already in a huge deficit. I guess bought a bunch of votes, given a bunch of free tax breaks away. But he blew out the bottom of the deficit again, and has so far spent more money than any president in history. He's responsible for like 25% of this nation's debt as a total.
But you did see the bill that Congress is able to pass yesterday in spending. This is the first time in a very long time. Now, I can't give you the exact years, but that discretionary spending has actually gone down. We've actually lowered discretionary spending.
Yeah, that feels cherry-picked because their spending is insane.
Yeah, But Pickles, if discretionary spending under Democrats have continued to gone up, and both parties, by the way, have continued to gone up over the last decade, and for the first time we're able to change that to discretion, like to lower the
Like,
discretionary, I think that's amazing.
I don't know. I don't know. Like, we gutted so many departments that were very useful, that had huge impacts on the world stage. We've gutted tons of like funding towards science and cancer research. It's like, it's not really
And
that
condoms to
impressive.
Africa, you know,
What's that?
and condoms to Africa.
Yeah, yeah, that saved lives, right? Like, you can meme on the fact that they're condoms, haha, but like 3.4 million people will die now. That's not funny. People are
I'm not
stuck in.
saying it's funny.
People are
I'm
stuck
thinking
in.
that NATO should step up. I'm thinking that some of our other allies should step up and do something here. And you
They
bring up
already
a good
do.
point. If it is such a major thing, so
I get.
where's
Again,
Germany on this?
they're doing just fine.
Where's
They're doing
anyone
plenty.
else?
They're
Why is it
doing
always
all of that.
America's
They're
problem?
doing plenty of
Why
that.
is it always
You know
America's
who's
problem?
doing it? You know who's doing it now that we packed up? China. You know who
No one,
just
because Democrats keep saying that it's no one.
No, it's China. They're going around doing all the things we were. Well, thank God we saved $9 billion
Fantastic.
a year.
Fantastic. So they're saving up, and we're all good, and we have our money here at home. That is great.
No,
Good. So
here's the
people
thing.
don't die. We got our money at
That's
home.
that's
Everything's
not
all good.
Now we have all of these countries. It's called soft power. It's like the most like cost-effective thing we can do with our money. If you'd rather bomb them in 20 years from now, sure. That costs a lot more though.
No, we're not going to do that. Come on. That is such a hypothetical cherry pick
It's
that you've
literally
ever
why
done
we do
because
it.
of
It's literally why we
China
do it.
stepping up.
It's why
Yeah,
we
but
do it.
you would admit that we have problems here at home that we just should be taking care of.
That's
And I don't want my
BS,
taxpayers
right?
to
Like,
deal with that right now.
Trump sent
I mean, it's a different
Argentina.
mentality. Pickles.
Trump sent Argentina $40 billion, but thank God we took away the $9 billion.
Fantastic. That was a fantastic deal. We made money off that. Fantastic deal for us.
And then he
I'm
introduced
glad you brought
cheap
that up.
beef.
We actually there is an example of actually helping another country where it benefits the U.S. That I'm glad you brought that up.
Those other things
That is
definitely help
great
benefit
that
the
you
US.
thank you, Pickles, because that is deals that we should be making, deals that benefit us.
How did we make money on that?
It was through their currency, and we ended up making money off their currency. It was a bet and a gamble that we took, and it paid off.
Can you give me more? Can you give me something to cite that?
Yeah, go look it up. Google.
I'm doing it
Just
right
Google
now.
it.
Why is you spelling out Argentina?
And tell me how much money we lost on that.
So the U.S. government has not given Argentina a direct grant for $40 billion. Instead, total financial support package of $40 billion was a combination of direct U.S. government action, proposed private sector initiative, which was later scaled back with the goal of stabilizing Argentine economy, protecting U.S. strategic interests. The U.S. makes money or benefits from
after their economy went up. What did we buy? We bought a lot of their currency, and then we made money off that.
Have we currently made money on it? Is it still an investment?
It's still an investment, but the investment is positive. The investment's positive. We can pull out anytime we want.
All right.
When you throw money into Microsoft and it's going up, do you pull out right away?
No, yeah, I get it.
Exactly.
So
you keep
we bailed out Argentina for $40 billion.
We helped turn their economy around. We helped turn their economy around. We bought into their currency, and it worked out fantastic for us. And it's a great investment, and we're making it back. But let me ask you this: if you give money to other countries with no strings attached to it, then is that a good investment for us?
Not in every situation, no, but in some, like Ukraine, yes. Would you agree?
Like
Trump
Ukraine?
agrees, right?
Oh, and you cut out there for me for a second. What did you ask? I just heard Ukraine.
I do agree with in the case of Ukraine, yes.
Okay, good.
Did you have a gotcha that you wanted to give me?
No, I didn't bring up Ukraine. You brought up Ukraine. I don't. If we want to talk about Ukraine, we can talk about Ukraine.
Yeah, sure. How do you feel about Trump making $1.5 billion in office last year?
I don't mind it, considering he doesn't take a government paycheck.
That's only 400 grand.
He doesn't make a government paycheck. It's fine. He can make his own money in the private sector.
So you're allowing
I'm not
him to be
complaining
corrupt
that the
because he
Clintons
gave
made
you
money. I'm not
400
complaining that Obama. I'm not
This
complaining
is
that
different.
Obama made more money.
This is billions now. This is billions. This is much more flagrant.
I'm not complaining, as I'm not
You're not
complaining about
complain.
any other president.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, you can say that now. I'm sure we can find someone in your party who made a huge scene of it, including Trump, I'm sure.
Sure, that's fantastic. You're debating me, and I can find someone in your party that has different problems with different things that we're talking about.
Okay. So corruption's not a big deal as long as you just say you're a businessman.
I don't think it's corrupt. Do you have an example of where it's corrupt?
Yeah, sure. So before this, Trump has been in business his whole life, 80 years, and he doubled his wealth in 1 year as president. Do you think that's abnormal?
Well, I think it's interesting. They should look into it. But you just said it's corrupt.
Yeah,
Can you just tell me the corrupt dealing? Can you point to the corrupt dealing?
sure. So he has a meme coin. So do you know who deposits money into that meme coin?
Who?
No, do you know?
I think I know, but who do you know
No
that
one
deposits
knows.
money?
No one knows.
Well, it's crypto.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you know who deposits money into Bitcoin? I mean, it's all crypto. I mean, it's
Yeah,
not the
but
crypto.
Trump has
Do
a
you know
meme
anything
coin.
about crypto?
Trump has a meme coin that you can just deposit, and the people who deposit the most, he gets to use our tax dollars and use Air Force One to go fly out and meet him.
That that is totally different. It's the same. The cryptocurrency. It's the same way any cryptocurrency works. You can't be like, oh well, his
I
meme
know
coin is different. It's just,
I'm not saying it's
so
different.
why are you
He has
complaining?
a
Why
he has a
you why
presidential
you?
meme coin, and you can just donate, and you can come to
It's
the
not a
White
no
House
no
and
no
have
no no. It's
a
not a
meeting with him.
presidential. It is not. No, Pickles. Be faithful here. Be honest.
Did they meet at the White House in the Oval Office?
He has a lot of people come to the White House
No. Did
to
the
meet him.
crypto donors specifically?
There are people that probably donated to crypto. Did Obama have people that donated to his campaign that came to the White House?
No.
Did
That's
Obama have people?
transparent.
I
We
can
have
point to you
transparency
examples here of
laws.
people that
We have
donated to his campaign.
transparency laws that yes, we can see who did that.
So okay, so what are you complaining about? Why are you? Why?
Because Trump has
here's my
found a
thing.
way around the
Here's my thing.
transparency laws.
I can talk about a lot of things that President Trump has done wrong that I disagree with, but I don't understand why you have to hate the guy so much. You can't just point to some positive things that he's done that's been helpful.
Okay, dividing the country, polarizing the country, convincing everybody that
The
mass
country's divided.
deportation is
He's
a
not
good
divided.
idea.
People are choosing to be divided. And I don't think it's helpful that Democrats continue to try to say, oh, meet them at the restaurants, shout in their face, go out and protest, pay for protesters to go out to offices.
Hey,
Is that helping unify?
There's no proof.
Is that helping unify?
There's no proof of that. Do you have any proof of that?
There's no proof that there are paid organizations that organize and protest?
There are organizations on both sides.
So there are.
No.
So is that
No.
unifying?
No.
Is that unifying? Yeah. Is that unifying?
I'm going to clarify this. When you're an organization and you're for a movement, you definitely go to protests. You hand out water. You hand out the signs of your movement. I've been to these places. I chose a sign that I agreed with and I held it. That is not paid protesting.
I said paid for these protests, these organizations that are paid.
No.
These organizations are paid.
Nonprofits?
They're not paid organizations.
Nonprofits?
They're paid.
Nonprofits.
It's paid organization. Do they not hire executive directors? Do they not hire staff?
It's a nonprofit, so it's like the
Is that-
ACLU
is
is
this
a paid
unifying?
organization.
Is this unifying, Pickles? Is this unifying?
No, fighting for human rights is unifying. Yes.
Oh, there it is. So you guys say it's fighting for human rights. I say that we're fighting for America, and if people are upset about that, then I don't care.
Okay.
It's on them to not be unified.
I want to ask you a question. What are the benefits of mass deportation?
Oh, people that should not be here legally and that are criminals.
70% of the people Trump deports have no criminal record.
Other than coming to the country illegally.
Right. So if we just made that legal, right, like that's
criminal.
not an issue.
That is criminal. That's a crime. That's a breaking of a crime.
Let's see why you're choosing this crime, right? We have all sorts of crimes we can pursue that are happening in mass levels that have horrible outcomes.
That we should. And we should. I hope
but why are we
expand
focusing on this, right? Like, why are we doing that? So I'm going to give you a hypothetical. Weed is illegal in all 50 states federally, right?
Federally and not on state level.
Yeah. So just like sanctuary cities, right? Like states have their rights to dictate their laws. I could go around with a Gestapo police and I could just arrest everybody who's poking smut and say we're just following the law. What's the difference between this and your mass deportation?
I don't think there's many different. What do you mean? Deportation is an act going after people that are in this country that are not supposed to be. It's two
Okay,
different arguments.
and the my act would be going after people who are consuming a product that is illegal, and that is the
And
problem.
we should. We should do
We
that.
should go do that with weed.
No, not with weed. I think it should
Why
be
not?
decriminalized. Why not?
It's the law.
Because I think that should be decriminalized.
Well, hold on. Why not follow the law? Are you just a criminal lover?
No, I'm not a criminal lover. I think that people that are in this, I'm choosing which laws that I'm thinking, and I'm thinking that these states have laws on allowing weed, and the federal government should not overstep some of these state rules.
What about sanctuary cities? How's that different?
In a sanctuary city,
Mm-hmm.
it's not crazy different.
It's pretty much the same, right? What if
Yeah,
Biden?
I don't think it's different.
It's what if Biden went and jammed up all the states that legalized weed and invaded their buildings and took over, raided their like voting office?
By the
and
way,
shit?
in the states, just so you know, just because I want to clarify the marijuana thing, because I don't understand what you're trying to do with this argument. People that distribute and sell have different that get criminalized, even in states that it's legal.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, we
But
can't
do
just
you
say
want
that.
to just even
I mean,
consumers though? That is illegal.
it's a very interesting argument you're trying to make here
It's
because
very illegal.
there's so many different subsets of that argument that you can make when it comes to even marijuana. We're talking
haven't
about
heard any good
legal immigration. I
ones.
don't know why you're pivoting to marijuana.
I'm talking about prosecutorial discretion,
No, I'm
right?
talking about people that are here illegally.
I know,
Do you think they
and
should
it's
be here?
yeah. Like, do you
You do? You think they should be here?
yeah? I think it's fine.
You do?
I think it's fine. Yeah.
You and I disagree. That's fine.
Is there a big case you want to make for why we shouldn't just thumb through these people, background check, give them citizenship? Is there a good reason why not?
I think that my mom is an immigrant. She came here legally. She did it the right way. I'm assuming. Do you have your family
Is
member that
do
came here from Mexico? My mom came from Mexico.
I'm not asking for
Do you have a
appeal
family?
for
No,
appeal to
hold on.
emotion. I'm just asking for a reason why
I'm
not.
not appealing to emotion. I'm appealing. You asked me why I support President Trump. I'm telling you why. And
No, I'm asking
telling
you. I think you're running
when
from
did your
this.
parents immigrate here?
No, my parents were like my grandparents were like slave owners and shit. So
Okay.
so
So
around that time.
mine immigrated from Mexico. And do you know the process? It's absolutely brutal.
I know. I know. That's why so many people are just here illegally or on overstayed visas.
I know.
And that's not
And
really
I
an
think
issue.
it's fair.
It's
I
just
don't
like
think it's
regular
fair at all.
people, right? Just like your mom
It's
and you.
not fair. It's not fair.
So it's your
No,
feelings.
we're here legally. It's a huge difference.
So it's just your feelings, right? There's no actual bad outcomes.
No, it's not feeling. It's what's happening. It's a brutally long
No,
process.
I'm asking you why it's so important to you. Like, why is this so important for you to go like deport these people instead of give them opportunity to come here and be legally present?
Why it's important to me? Because I think that we should not be having people that are here illegally that
Yeah, no.
take
Let's make it legal.
American jobs. Hold on. That take American jobs. They do.
No, they don't.
They take a job that's here in America. Yeah, they do.
I'm gonna help you out, okay?
I don't want your help.
How
I'm telling you,
many
they take,
how
do
many
they take a job that's
US
here in America?
how many US
Do
citizens
they take a job that is here in America?
No. I'm gonna
They
finish
don't.
my
They don't.
I'm gonna help you with the point,
They
okay?
don't.
Every
They
500,000
don't take a job that is here in America.
I know you want to I'm scared to death of this. For every
I'm not scared
500
of the death.
for every 500,000 people we deport, 44,000 US people lose jobs.
No, that's not true.
Oh, okay.
Where'd you get that from?
Penn Wharton.
And what is the conversation and discussion, and what are they arguing?
I love this. The title of the article is called "Economic and Financial Effects of Mass Deportation."
And while when you're bringing that up, what about FAIR that says that an illegal immigrant net negatives an American by $60,000?
That is just looking at a like line in this spreadsheet. You're looking at it like this. This is the big picture.
But it's a net negative of $60,000
No, it's
per
not.
taxpayer.
No.
Yeah, well, no, I
Read
have a
this
statistic
article.
right here. It's fair. They
Yeah, I
did
know.
a house
Read
hearing on
this.
this.
Read this
They
article.
did a house hearing on this.
I know.
Wait, so you don't like, so I just found something that states
I'm
something,
saying
and
it's
then you're
true.
like, well, no.
I'm
You're
saying
like,
what you're
nuh-uh.
saying is true.
You're going, nuh-uh.
What you're saying is
You're
true.
going, and then now you're gonna go,
I
oh,
know
yours
you.
is true.
I know no one on your side has ever Googled this because you don't really think about this stuff in these terms. But this is the effect of removing the people. Okay, budgetary. The 4-year policy would increase primary deficits by 270 billion. Is that more or less than 60 billion?
Sorry, hold on. The comments are over this, so I can't read this.
Okay, is
Can
it
you put this
more
on
or
top and
less
you on the
than
bottom?
60 billion? 270 billion. Okay. Before economic feedback, and then 350 billion with economic feedback effects. The 10-year policy would cost about 862 billion. Is that more or less than 60 billion a year? And then the effects of 987 billion with economic feedback. Besides lost revenue, these primary deficits would include new required outlays that are in addition to the monies, about 170 billion already allocated in 2025 OBBBA for border security.
Can you move it over to the right a little bit? Can you move? Just, I'm trying to read. No. Like the things that are cut off on my right. Maybe it's you're not. The other way.
Hold on.
No. The other side's cut off. Oh, you're going the wrong one. Oh, are you bringing it down? Oh, there. Perfect. Thank you.
All right. Economy. Not surprisingly, most aggregate economic variables fall by 2034. The 4-year policy reduces GDP by 1%. And the 10-year
right there,
policy,
Pickle. Stop. This is talking about not allowing a new citizen into our country. You see, we're talking about just
no. This is
right
deportation.
Here. Yeah, exactly. Without and preventing the entry of new unauthorized immigrations. Thereafter, both scenarios, immigration laws concerning authorized workers remain unchanged. Okay, so the 4-year. So keep reading, because I'm going to tell you here.
10% of unauthorized immigrants are removed annually over 4 years. That's what this is showing. Okay. All right. Economy. Not surprisingly, most aggregate economic variables fall. 4-year policy reduces GDP by 1%. The 10-year policy reduces it by 3.3. Is that more or less than 60 billion a year, bub? All right. 254. What? This is more. This is more than 60 billion a year. This is a bigger decrease.
Yep.
Okay. 4-year policy reduces real GDP by 1%, 10-year policy by 5%. But per capita economic variables also mostly decline, including a fall in average wage by 0.5% and 1.7 over a 10-year policy. Output per capita also falls by 0.5% and 1%. However, the impact on wages variables scale by class. So the top
wages for U.S. citizens keep going down. U.S. citizens,
read this.
Increase.
They
can increase. So American wages increase.
The lower 30% of the economy.
American wages increasing.
The majority, 63%, decrease.
Low skilled workers can increase under the 4-year
by
policy.
1%.
By 1.1%. That's in America. So it increases. I don't understand.
Oh,
what you're talking about.
and then it falls again by 6%.
It doesn't fall by 6%.
Yeah, 0.6. It falls, but eventually falls, and the trajectory is falling.
No.
Ah!
Hold on. I'm seeing here that it can benefit low-income workers and low-skilled workers by having these deportations.
And it hurts even more the majority of the population. So
that's a projection. They're projecting that.
So that part's projecting, but this part's for sure.
It's a guess.
No, this is not just a guess. It's not just a guess. This is the direction it's going.
Your whole entire argument is a guess.
Your argument's a guess, right?
No, my argument is that deportations for people that should not be here is legal and allowed, and you're saying, oh no, well, we think that this could happen.
No, these are projections.
Well, yes, this is a think. This is a guess.
These will come true with like a variable of like 5%.
These will become true, 100%.
Yes, this is the effect of people leaving the economy. So in a small person's brain, you're like, oh, someone leaves the country and a new person just hops into that job.
This is assuming these jobs don't get backfilled.
No, no, no.
That's what you're assuming here.
No, that doesn't.
Yes,
That's not
that is
part of
literally
my
the argument
assumption.
here.
That's not my assumption. So
That's the assumption of this. That is
hold
the
on.
assumption of this.
No, no, no.
Yes, it is.
I'm
Is that
spelling
these
out.
jobs do not get backfilled.
Hold on. There's
I'm saying that I
collateral
think these
damage.
jobs
I
will
have
get
to
backfilled
spell
and they'll
this
open up
out
for
for
American
little
workers.
pea-brain people like you. Hold on. When someone just leaves the country, a person who is paying rent, buying groceries, buying coffee, buying all of these things every day also leaves the country. A person who was buying gas, person who had car payments, they're all leaving the country, and all of those businesses have a net loss. No one hops in and starts paying those things too, right?
Correct. Correct, but they don't pay for their hospital bills that we end up paying for. They don't pay for their school.
But it
They do not
turns
pay
out
for the roads.
if we
They
roll,
do not pay. They do
yeah,
not
they do.
pay.
They do pay for the roads and the
They
schools.
do not pay for our police, not through our federal side of the
Federal doesn't
not
pay
through
for
the
those
federal
things.
budgeting.
Federal
Not
doesn't
through the
pay for it.
federal budgeting.
They pay
don't.
97 billion in federal, or well, in 37 in federal. But
That's
they,
where I come into my statistic of FAIR, where they're net negative to the taxpayer by $60,000 because you're overlooking schools.
No.
By the way, I love how you bring up rent. Rent was a problem. People couldn't even get into rent because of illegal immigration.
This is going to make rent go up.
No, if there's more renter units available, rent goes down.
Uh-huh. And if there's
That's-
fewer
that's-
people
if there's
renting
more
and fewer
available
rental units being profited on, they're going to go up.
If there's more
And
rental
if it's more
units
expensive
available, it goes down.
If it's more expensive to buy houses and build houses, the housing market goes up, rent goes up.
Pickle, if there's more houses and rentals available, what happens?
That's in a vacuum, right? In a vacuum. I'm
No,
talking
no,
about
no,
the
no,
collateral
no.
damage.
What happens? Does it go up or down?
You're talking about the simple idea of supply demand. So
Correct.
you're simply
So what happens?
right. So you're doing this. I'm doing this. Here's your supply and demand scenario. I'm including this, and I'm saying, look at all these other things.
No, I'm telling you, if there's more rental units available and houses available, the prices go down.
Okay, in a vacuum, yeah. But
And Pickles, can I just also, why have rent prices actually gone down and housing prices begun to go down, even though we are doing these
because
mass
1 million people left the country?
Oh, so what we've already started, these prices have gone down. The things that you're accusing that are going to go up have not. Can you link right now what has gone up because of deportations?
Let's
Can you
see.
link the economic problems right now? Because there's none. So we've already started. We're a year into it. What has been the issue?
Okay. These are all the
So,
things
yes,
that are
your
happening
whole entire
inside
argument-
of
your
all of the
whole
other
entire argument
economic
is based off of a
activity.
projection and a guess.
It's not a guess. This is
Yeah, well, it is.
this
It
is
It is a
Penn
guess.
Morton, dude. This is Penn Morton. This is not some
They're guessing.
politician.
They're making an
This is
argument.
not.
They're guessing.
This is just them doing the
They're
math.
guessing.
Here's what happens when people leave the
They're
economy.
guessing.
Here's
They're
what
trying to make an
happens.
educated guess. They are. They're
Can
trying
you
to make an
give me-
educated guess. It's
can
a
you
guess.
give-
We have not lived it. It's
Do me a
guess.
favor. Do me a favor. Can you just go find somebody on your side that says the good impact of mass deportations, like some good economists, real quick?
Yeah, I can pull some up if you
Yeah,
would
go
like.
for it.
I don't have my laptop in front of me.
Just go for it.
But I did give you fair. I did
No,
tell you about the whole house hearing.
That's strictly budgetary in a vacuum.
But okay, so you just cherry pick the ones you like.
No, you're cherry picking. I'm looking at the
No, I'm
entire
not.
picture.
I'm
looking at the
entertaining
entire
you
picture.
with insight, but
You're
you picked up.
You're looking at a tiny balance sheet inside of my picture. I'm looking at the entire picture. There is also anti-immigrants. They're far right.
You just asked if I can find someone on my side. I did.
That's not an economic.
I mean,
I'm
and
looking.
you're having an
Just
issue.
type
And Penn
Google
Morton- Penn Morton's a
economic.
conservative over here. They're real conservatives over there.
Just Google economic
they're real
impacts.
conservative. They're the most
Economic
conservative
impacts of mass
organization over there, aren't
deportation.
they?
Economic impacts of mass deportation.
They're
Go
super
ahead.
liberal too. They're liberal. So what do you want to talk about?
Go ahead and muddy the water. Keep going.
What about the UAW that's really pissed off?
The union?
Yeah.
I'm not
Because
looking. I'm not looking
they
for
they
hurt
had
feelings.
especially with the construction. They were
I'm not looking
really
for
pissed about
fifis.
their American-owned companies being underbidded.
I'm not looking for fifis. I'm looking for a source, man. Like, I want to know who Googled this and said, "Oh yeah, mass deportation is great for the economy." I want to know who did that on your side. I haven't found anybody.
Not just saying it's. Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Okay, then.
My headphones are wireless. I can hear you, so I was just giving you time to Google's. He's gone. He ran. Ouch. Chat, so far I have 0 Republicans that have Googled effects of like mass deportation, like the economic effects. I have 0 that did this beforehand. You waited 15 seconds for me. I mean, I'm here now. I'm back. I had to get water. And one of these, which I found out is unfortunately owned by a conservative, so I got to stop getting them. They don't like the results. Yeah, I know. Google's a liberal propaganda machine, chat. Everybody know that. I gotta fix this scene real quick. I want this here. Boom. That way I can just manipulate it here. Also, I just need to be on the bottom. I just need to do that. This, go away. Is that better? There we go. Yellow?
Oh, hey. I'm a little confused. Who deported more people, Obama or Trump?
Obama. And here's the caveat. There
Did we
were
get
people
crushed?
protesting, and 90% of the people he deported were hardened criminals. 90.
Oh, so did we protest that though?
Yes. There were people yelling at him when he was doing speeches. And what he did was he said, hey, I can't just do this single handedly. We need Congress. We need to do this the right way. We're not looking for like iron fist rule. We want to come together and do this the right way.
Yet he did it anyway.
No. He did the exact opposite of what
Pickles,
Trump did. Trump
all those people
tripled
were
the ICE
doing.
budget.
Okay, all those people were doing was looking for a better life,
Mm-hmm.
and he didn't even give them a chance.
All of the people he deported were hardened criminals.
Oh, is that true? Okay, so
Yeah.
all of those 3 million people were hardened criminals.
The others were expedited removals, but yes.
Well,
Let me
why
give you
would
the
you even do that?
statistics.
Why would you even do that, Pickles? I mean, expedited removals sounds a little racist.
Does it?
Yes. It's because they're brown and black people coming in, and he's like throwing them right back out. He's not even giving them a chance to get a better life.
In 2013, 59% of deported immigrants convicted of a crime, and 17% were at the border. And then 20% were the rest of the remaining, and they were repeat offenders. It's literally the exact opposite. Trump is like getting old women at birthday parties and shit, and he has like a 3 times the budget, and he's not even as effective. He's chasing around things that don't even exist.
Are old women, are those child rapists?
He's getting most of his hardened criminals that he's deporting out of prisons. They're already locked up.
Shouldn't we do that?
They're already locked up.
Don't we? Why do we need to support them with our tax dollars if we can deport them?
Because it costs like 7 times more to do the deportations.
It does?
Yeah, Trump is spending
out of the
$140 billion
for one person?
Jeez Louise, I don't know. And he's also killing people in the process?
You're telling, did Obama ever unalive people?
Did he?
Yeah.
And what did he do?
What do you mean, what did he do?
Did he hide the investigation and hide the names of the officers?
Yes.
Did he?
Yes.
Let me see that. Can you give me proof of that?
Look it up yourself. And you thinking in 3 million deportations that not one of them unalived? Is that what your theory is?
No, I'm talking about state-sanctioned killings.
You're talking about they lynch him in prison. They're executing them in prison. Is that what you're saying?
No, he was shot in the street.
Who? Who's we? Who was? Who was?
Hid the names of officers who committed murder. There's no evidence of that. So no, he didn't hide the names. Did Trump hide the names?
Who? Oh, you're talking about the recent one with the citizen.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. The names, they released the names, yes.
No, not who released the names?
Yeah, they are two officers of color.
I'm saying, would they be released?
Would
they be released now without the help of Politico? Would they be released?
What should we do now that the names are released?
I'm not saying that. I'm saying
what should we do? What should we
there
do?
would be the
Shouldn't
difference
we go
between
get them?
Obama and Trump is that Obama would come out and say, hey, like a normal person, hey, here's what happened. We're going to
white
investigate
liberals?
this. We're going to make sure this doesn't happen again. In Trump's instance, he doesn't want that. He wants everyone to shut up and he wants it to go away.
ICE Yahtzees when Obama was doing it?
No, because they weren't doing
Why
this.
not? Why
Because
not?
they weren't wearing masks.
They were doing the same thing.
They weren't wearing masks.
Why weren't they wearing masks?
Because they weren't Gestapo.
Well, there you go. So tell me the difference. What's different about the deportation? It's still deportation.
Because he's getting innocent people.
He did it much more efficiently.
Much more efficiently. Without hurting society.
You don't have a problem with that
without
at all.
dividing the
You just
country.
said
you see that?
You said earlier you were against deportation. Yet this man you support, and he's the most ever. He's the record.
He didn't do it at this rate. Spending the money he spent, getting people who are here, non-criminal
and the
people.
Yahtzees were still the Yahtzees, weren't they?
So Trump is getting non-criminal people out of the country. It hurts our economy.
Wasn't Obama?
It hurts our economy. No.
Obama was doing the same thing.
No, he didn't. Here's the numbers.
3 million of them were not criminals.
That's not true.
John.
No, they were repeat offenders.
John, not 3 million.
They were repeat offenders.
So what? You're saying that they've come in again?
Repeat offenders.
So they've recrossed again.
The border was 17%. That's external deportations. Repeat immigration deportations, 20%. And then the rest of them were criminals. Aggravated felony or misdemeanors. I don't know where he went. Hello.
Hey, yeah, that wow, that was just not true. I know you like to keep things factual, so just keep them factual. But Obama's deportations, it was 2/3 of them from 2008 to the end of his term.
I'm sorry.
I got a phone call.
I'm sorry.
I got a phone call.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna kick you. Come back. You have an echo.
Yeah, I got a phone call. I think it just messed up the stream.
Uh-huh.
But no, it was the investigation from, the end of Obama's term. It was 2/3 of immigrants roughly committed minor traffic violations and no criminal record.
90?
Another 20%. about 394,000 people were the ones that had criminal records and faced drug charges, right?
So the entire pie is made up of repeat offenders, people at the external deportation, so people who just walked up to the gate and got kicked right out, and the rest are all criminals, all of them, 100%.
I mean, I'm just not sure. I'm not really sure what you're saying, because the reports from not just
you're creatively looking at this pie chart, and you're covering up the repeat immigration and the border encounters, and you're just lumping them all into the same pile for like convenient.
Well,
framing.
I'm talking about direct deportations from U.S. soil, right? Direct deportations.
Is that internal or external?
What?
Do you have internal and external breakup of that?
Yeah, I'm talking about internal deportations from 2008 to 2016.
How many?
How many what? Deportations?
Yeah.
It doesn't say. I'm not looking
at you don't you don't have the data that breaks this out. So conveniently, you're just lumping all of these border encounters and repeat immigrants into a bucket of like innocent people, but these were just people that were repeat offenders.
I mean, that's not true. I mean, that's not true. And if you could say that you could fall into the new breakdown, right? I would love to see that, of ones who you would consider, right, repeat offenders, that you're not falling and classifying into the bucket of
70% of all of them.
So is a repeat
have no criminal record. 70%.
That falls in your category, right, of a non-criminal. It's just a repeat offender. That's what that's classified as. So 70% of
that's not what's classified as.
Are people who re-entered, maybe were deported in during Obama, right, and re-entered in during the Biden.
What percent of those 70%
and now they're being re-deported?
What percent of those 70% are repeat? Because not all of them are. It would be statistically maybe 20%. No, 20% of the whole pie, so less than 20% of that 70.
You got to say that again. What?
20% of these deportations that Obama did, of the entire pie, were repeat immigration offenses. Everyone that is here is not a repeat offender. You just said that?
And
that's not the case.
Yes, and that does not fall under a violent criminal record, right?
Correct.
Someone who's re-entered, right? So currently, 70% of the deportations are people who are non-violent offenders,
non-criminal.
Being re-entering the country illegally is a criminal.
Not all of those are
re-entries. It doesn't matter if it's a misdemeanor.
Not all of them are re-entries. So how many of them have re-entries?
Pull up the data. I would love to see it. That's
what you got to give me, because it couldn't be possible that 70% of his deportations are re-entries.
Yes, because during the Biden administration, how many illegal immigrants came into the country?
Dog, every single person who was allowed through in those encounters were put in through the immigration system and came legally.
That's not true.
100%. The 1.5 million gotaways is all you have on us.
To say that every single person that crossed the border over the tenure of the Biden administration was legal migration, all of it?
No. So if they weren't legally present, they were either kicked out or taken into the immigration system. So the entire breakdown, when you look at the people in the encounters at the border, you're simply just seeing officers saying no entry, or you're allowed in, or you're allowed in and you're under arrest.
Okay, what about people who were smuggled in that didn't go through this
process?
Those
are the 1.5 million gotaways.
Okay, and how many of them have been deported?
Biden deported, you said it yourself, millions of people, so I don't know.
I mean, Biden didn't deport millions. Obama did deport a few.
Biden did fantastic. He did way more than Trump still.
Well, of course, correlation and causation do mean something here, right? Of course, if there's a bigger border issue, there's going to be more border deportations.
So it wasn't an open border.
This is the final cleanup, right? It was, until it was mainstream media issue, right? It was an open border.
It wasn't an open border. It was the same border laws that Trump had first 3 years.
That's not true either, because the asylum claims skyrocketed, right? They increased the ease of access.
Causation correlation. Tell
through
me what
the
law
app.
changed.
The whole process with the application on the phone, where they can just make a simple
That went through
simple-
background check and
they didn't
screening
even have
when
to
they did
come
that,
into-
by the way.
They didn't even have to come into the country to make an application. All they had to do
Yeah.
was sit on their phone from a different country, make an app, and they were able to cross through the border, quote
They
unquote.
had to qualify.
legally.
You had to qualify.
Qualify how exactly?
If you're on the list of temporary protected status, do you know what that is?
Of countries? So
Yes.
Mexico, right? So why?
No, not Mexico.
This is, well, okay. So then, oh, interesting. So not Mexico. So people who are entering the country, right? Why are you saying that it's brown people necessarily then? And these are the ones that are coming up as
when did I
they
say
are the
that?
ones who are illegal. I'm talking generalization on the liberal side, right? The liberal side says ICE is targeting brown people.
They did
Well,
just have to make that legal.
protected-
Supreme
protected
Court.
countries-
Supreme
protected
Court.
countries aren't just brown people.
Supreme
right?
Court just allowed ICE officers to do that, so that's why. They can now make arrests based on skin color, accent, job. That's the country you want right now.
What?
Yeah.
Why are you talking? I mean, I don't understand why, why any of this is even about race, though. None of it is even about race. It's all of
okay.
that's the whole point, is that it's not about race. It's about there's law and order in the country. And Obama's one, right, who says there are laws of the country and there's democratic processes that the country has to go through, right? You can't just upend and pass executive orders.
Dang. Like Trump does?
What? I'm not a huge favor of Trump.
All right, dude. Come on.
I'm the one. I mean, look
Okay.
at my profile.
You're
Look at my
wondering
profile.
why this is so different. This is what is different. Trump doing this with an
Anybody can
iron
look at my
fist.
profile.
Okay, Trump doing this with an iron fist versus Obama. Obama going after criminals. Trump just going after
So-
anybody.
Okay, so
And then,
so
and
let's pause
then
this
hold
for a
on,
second.
and then reducing the amount of people who can come legally from 170,000 to 7,000, lowest in U.S. history, and also making it exclusive to white people from South Africa.
Well, that's just not true either, because legal migration standard, right? What is that? Legal migration. How many? What's the count? Let's pull that up.
I'm talking about refugee status.
So 2023, right? 1.2 million legal immigrants were allowed into the country, right? That was in 2023.
Uh-huh.
That's legal migration.
Uh-huh.
We allow over 1 million people to come into
What
the country.
policy
legally
changed? Did we
already.
start giving everybody with red shirts entry? What changed?
Red shirts. What are you talking
I'm
about?
saying, what law allowed more people, or was there just more people coming?
Well, yeah, when you have a government entity, right? It's sickening, because
Okay.
almost every single government entity is littered with fraud, abuse, overmanagement, overheads that shouldn't be there. And then we say, okay, yeah, let's have this government-run asylum process, right? That's gonna just vet on the go these people from other countries. We never get to see them. That's why.
You're
that's
right.
Why,
We should make them
No, that's
fax
why-
us.
hey,
You're right.
let
They
me
should
finish.
walk
That's
here in
why-
sandals and
That's why
fax
people were
us.
coming into that's why people were coming into the country who claim that they had some sort of marital status, and then
sound
we're
like a-
coming to find out that they're married to their brothers or their sisters or their cousins.
Listen,
when
that's
not Western
always
ideal,
that's
right?
always been a thing, right? Like, we have people doing that. We've had
Well,
investigators
so
check into
then
that.
Why would we open up the process even more when we know that there's issues with the process?
All right, we're trying to streamline it.
That's the liberal idea, is let's just throw things all at once, even though we know there's issues and problems, and you can agree that that's always been an issue. Why don't we just slow things down for a second, get a grip, get a control of the
Does it cost
issues
money?
that we have? Of course it costs money, but efficiency is reach, not through, let's
Dude,
just
can
let's
you
just
calm down?
ignore let's just ignore shit. Oh, there's issues, so let's just ignore it, and
Dude,
let's just
This is
let
what
more in.
happens. This is what happened, and you're upset about it. You've been politicized to be upset about it. There was an app that was used to.
It's not politicized.
You are. You're like mad because, and you know less than I do. and I have to explain it to you so you're not mad.
That's interesting. You know, that's very narcissistic. You have no idea who I am or what
I
I know.
asked you about a few of these things. You have no idea.
What do you mean?
When Trump left office, did he add some new countries to that TPS list?
Of course.
How soon before he left office?
I have no idea.
4 hours.
Oh, great. How many executive orders or pardons did Joe Biden give 4 hours before leaving office too, right?
I'm saying,
Who
why
did
is
Joe
the border?
Biden pardon?
Why did the
Who did
border?
Joe Biden pardon 1 day before leaving office?
We can talk about that, but I want to
Okay.
talk about the border. Why did people surge the border? And it's because of economic fallout from COVID itself killing people. And when economic fallout happens, crime happens, gangs happen, things like that happen. And especially when you fuck over an entire country's economy by stopping trading oil and then put their country's name on the TPS list, that country comes to your country. Not because Biden is making things easier. Yes.
Are you talking about what percentage of migrants have come from Venezuela? Can you pull that up for me?
I'm not saying it's just Venezuela.
Well,
Haiti's on this list. Many other countries are on this list.
Oil, and we're messing with their economies, so now we're forcing them to migrate to the U.S. So pull it up. Let's fact check this. What percentage of migrants actually came from Venezuela?
I love this stat because my grandpa would tell you 100%, right? Because he's been so propagandized.
100% of migrants came from Venezuela?
And my grandpa would tell you that, yeah.
Well,
look at all these Venezuelans. He pointed at some food trucks there to say, these fucking Venezuelans.
Yeah, that's pretty, you know, we'll call that smooth brain. Sorry to call your grandpa smooth brain, but.
And you guys were cheering. We were sending them to fucking terrorist prison, right?
Who?
The Venezuelans.
What do you mean the Venezuelans? The ones who actually had criminal convictions in their country, and we were working with their government to extradite them?
90%. I think it was 80% or 90% had no criminal convictions in either country there as well.
Well, yeah, because if they're running, they don't get convicted, right? But if they're wanted for a crime, right, in their home country, and we're working with their government to extradite them back to their country.
So how many of them had that? None of them, dude. You're just making that up.
That's not true.
No,
to say
it's
none
not
of
true.
Them is just
90% is what it
none
is.
None of them is a baseless claim.
Venezuelans became a significant portion of U.S. border encounters under the Biden administration, with record numbers arriving, especially from late 2021.
Wait. Under the Biden administration.
What came 4 hours after Trump put TPS in place for Venezuela? Biden.
If Biden is in office and has control over the regulatory standards over a foreign country, why are you making the claim that it's all Trump, right?
Biden renewed them, and I agree with letting these people come.
Interesting. So you agree with, quote unquote, destroying a country financially to make them come to our country?
What did you just do with Trump?
I don't think Venezuela is destroyed finationally right now.
They're in horrible condition, and now we're stealing all their oil. We're taking all their oil, baby.
Let's reel it back. You know, we've gone on a little bit of a tangent here. Now we're reeling into Venezuelan economic, you know, status right now when there's no standing government and there's actually no figures being reported.
So here's the figures of the people that came from Venezuela. And you're gonna have a gotcha if it was low, but I guess it's a gotcha for me because it's really high. And it was a huge portion of the immigration.
What percentage?
190,000 in fiscal year 2022.
Out of what, 3.3 million? That is the tiniest percentage, you know?
You're talking about encounters. You're lumping all the encounters together. That's silly.
Okay, so if you want to lump encounters, it was even more than 3.3 million. So it's even a smaller percentage.
They generally represent under 2% of all immigrants by 2023. And this is existing. Most Venezuelan migrants.
First of all, let's just say it's
okay, again.
It's a tiny percentage.
A lot of these countries came to our countries, and what you're crying about is the fact that they're not still like faxing us or walking hundreds of miles to come to our border so that we can This helped us stop them coming to the border.
Pickles. What I'm crying about, quote unquote, crying about, is the fact that it's okay for every country in this entire globe to have set in stone standard immigration policy that the entire country can get behind and say, you know what, we want to vet people that come into this country, ensure that they match with our ideals as a Western
The app did that. The app checked their
Really?
background.
So let's touch on this really quick. So do you believe Islam as a culture in a whole, right, generalized, goes along with Western ideals?
Yes.
So do you think that a man should be married to 6 women with,
You're talking
however
about
many?
Mormons?
That's not, no, not at all.
Oh, okay. It matches one of ours, I guess, then, right?
So when you look at their teachings, and things say, behead them, seize them, torture them, ridicule them, do you think that those are beliefs that this country should be founded on?
That's what they were founded on.
Ridiculing, torturing people, really?
Yeah.
So the founding fathers of this country left Europe after being tortured, after being belittled,
Wait,
after being
for what?
what?
For what though? What were they being tortured from? Was it the church? Was it the fucking church?
No, it was a king and a queen. It was tyrannical government.
It was the church. It was the church. They had different beliefs in church and ideas, and they wanted that out of government. And the very first thing they wrote down on the piece of paper that was the laws of this nation was U.S. or Congress shall pass no law respecting any religion. None, zero. They want it out.
Of course. Yes, of course.
And then the only thing that has perpetuated anti-women and anti-feminist ideas is your book, the Bible, that doesn't even let them to speak up in church, that puts them in home as a caregiver.
Women in Islamic nations, look at Afghanistan currently, they can't go see a doctor because why? They can only see women doctors, and they don't allow women to be doctors there.
And that's where we're headed, right? That's what y'all want?
No, absolutely not.
I talk to guests every day that they want women at home. They think that the family is more important.
I of course the family is extremely important, and if you don't believe that, then
what does that even mean? Everybody has a family.
What is that?
Nothing. It's TikTok.
Not everybody has as a cohesive of a family unit as everyone else.
Okay, and what types of people have more cohesive family units? Because it's not Christians.
No, but people who are, actually present, right? And that has nothing to do with.
So who's going to be telling us or both sides how to do cultural stuff? It should be no one, right? Because y'all definitely don't have it down. Y'all have the higher divorce rates, right?
Higher divorce rates?
Yeah, in the Bible Belt. Highest divorce rates in the nation.
In the Bible Belt?
Yeah.
In this country?
Yes.
Okay. You're talking about a country that's 73% Christian, and you're talking about Christian.
It's not 70. Right? It's actually 51.
So
it's 51.
You're going on. Hear me out. You need to take a breath because you're going on a lot of different areas, and I can't focus on each everything when you're touching on 5 different things at once, right? I mean, I would like to reel this back and really try and hone in on each one of these things you're talking about, but it's hard to even recollect what you're saying because you just jump.
It's hard to build a stance on a complete lie. Yeah, I'm sure it's hard.
No. The thing is that every country has, this country is very diverse, and it's one thing that's made us very unique from other countries, right? And we do a good job, or historically have done a very good job to ensure that people coming here want to work, provide a better life for themselves and not take advantage of the system, right? And as a government, parties aside, right? I know you like to think things anti-Republican and my liberal view is the only right view, but parties aside, the government as a whole, Republican and Democrat, have enabled too much of the system to be taken advantage of, which has caused other countries and people from other countries to come into this country and take advantage of us.
That's not true.
Yes.
So
yes.
we have nothing but positive economic impact from people coming to our country, and nothing but cultural disgruntled people.
No, that's not true. That's not true.
What's the economic impacts that are hurting?
We have allowed fraud. I mean, you're going to say, oh, well, Nick Shirley, you can't believe Nick Shirley. It's independent journalism, right? And it just started. If there is fraud going on in Minnesota, wouldn't you want to know about it? Wouldn't you want to see what's going on about some Somalian?
Right. Even if we get all of the Somalian people out of the United States.
I'm not talking just Somalian. It's not just Somalian people.
Okay.
It just seems
this is the talking point. You're associating
not just Somalian people. Okay. We've allowed the whole system to be taken advantage of, not just by Somalians, right?
Okay, so add to it. Somalians and who?
Any other immigrants who are coming into the country and say, hey, you know, now I want to start a business. You have all these subsidized programs for these people to allow them to get government funding, to let them that the normal American citizen would otherwise not receive, right? They can back out of. First of all, illegal immigrants don't have to pay for healthcare. Why do you think health insurance premiums have gotten so expensive, right?
Republicans.
You were oh, really? Republicans?
Yeah.
That's how I know you really do not like to think. You say, "Oh, I like to think."
The answer is they stopped funding. They stopped paying for the subsidies.
Because
yes,
Democrats wanted to governmentize, quote unquote, healthcare. Right? They want the government to be in control of the health system. And if you look at any government entity in the past 25 years and you compare it to any private industry, right? And you look at economic efficiency over the past 25 years, it's disgusting. It's disgusting. And why do you think
we're really good at a lot of things? The military's really good.
And the government does a really bad job with the military too. A lot of overfunding, a lot of mismanagement of funds, a lot of people on benefits that probably shouldn't be receiving benefits.
Every single country that's ahead of us in healthcare is on a social or universal program.
We're not every other country, and they're not ahead of us, quote unquote. You say they're ahead of us, but they have the GDP the size of peanuts compared to us. They have absolutely
so we should be able to do it better.
They have absolutely zero innovation.
That's not true either. They're ahead of us. In fact, the top country of innovation is Sweden, and they have a completely who socialized.
So who funds Sweden? 60% of their benefits, quote unquote. They say you're innovating. Let's pull up this exact stat, right?
They are number one in innovation in the world, and they have consistently.
How much subsidies do they receive from the United States?
I don't know. Do they go to healthcare?
No, their taxation of almost 50% of the working class goes to their healthcare program.
Oh, dang. And it's really good?
Well, yeah, they have nearly a homogeneous society where...
You mean homogenous?
It's homogeneous, but yeah.
No, it's not.
I mean, you want to argue about that seriously? It's homogeneous, but yeah.
It's not homogeneous, but okay.
All right. Are you gonna say that they're not?
Are you saying what is making this possible is the homogenous part of their country? Because there are other countries that have. Of course. Okay, there's other countries like Canada who are far less homogenous, who have just as good of a system.
What was their GDP last year, Canada? What was their economic productivity in Canada last year?
Things can scale, right? So things at scale would be even more better.
Look at their economic productivity over the past 25 years. How's Canadian economic productivity been?
They're one of the leading countries in most
economic
areas.
Productivity, really?
In most areas, they are, in fact, in the Economic Freedom Index, they're like in the top 5 every year.
Economic Freedom Index, really?
Yeah.
Who makes that index, by the way?
It's like a council of people.
From Europe, right?
Sure.
And quote unquote, they're free, but people get arrested for social media posts there?
Doug, we have 25% of the world's imprisoned population. We're the least free, right?
Well, we do have laws here, right?
Oh, okay. All right. But not as many, just more laws than everyone else.
No.
You were
We have
just
laws. We have laws. We have laws in this country that do not allow others to infringe on the freedoms of other individuals, right? Posting
more laws.
Posting, we have free speech laws, right? That allow people to say whatever they want to say, like
supposedly
F ICE, right? Like F ICE or F Israel, right? Or F Trump or F whoever, right? In other countries, they don't have the same freedom, right?
So, we don't have that either. Trump
what
actually.
What are you talking about? Oh my God.
Trump just actually had, I believe it was ICE or the National Guard, show up to a man's house yesterday because of a email he sent, and they questioned him, intimidated him. I'm sure there's more of that to come.
What was the contents of the email?
Let's see.
Yeah, it's crazy. Freedom Index, I don't even know if you know what that's even like calculated on.
I said economic freedom index, by the way.
Yeah,
you had some other weird thing to say about it.
Index. Yeah, the economic freedom index is a neutral measure of freedom overall, right? It uses property rights, tax burdens, regulations, right? It's just so interesting. The tax burden on the average person in Canada is far superior than the United States, right?
It is.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't.
You're just looking at our GDP, so in a healthcare plan, for instance.
And wait, hold on. Someone said, explain Don Lemon. Can you, or Lennon, however you say that person.
I'm not doing that. Can you please
tell everyone that impeding on worship places is an infringement on freedom of religion, which is why he was arrested, right?
Got it.
Okay.
Let's just do this.
And chat, he did. He goes in and was chanting. It's infringing on the freedom of religion. It's just like if someone went in to a mosque and started chanting and disrupted any Muslim during prayer, right? It's illegal. You can't do that. And anybody saying no, he didn't it just shows your followers are smooth brains.
And that's made possible by administrative support. It's crazy. In Trump's America, criticizing the government now means federal agents at your door, and that's made possible by administrative subpoenas. They're supposed to be limited to immigration enforcement actions, but Noam, Bondi, and other sycophants, they've used them to go after critics. And this guy, John in Philly, he found out the hard way. He sent a critical email to a prosecutor, and just 5 hours later, Google told him they had a subpoena for his information. We're talking IP addresses, phone number, address, social security number, and his entire web history dating back months. And then he had just 7 days to respond, except he had no idea what he was responding to. No phone numbers to call, no email to respond to, and the subpoena itself wasn't even provided. And then the intimidation cherry on top was when DHS agents went to John's house to talk. So they questioned him some more about the email, and John felt that they were clearly intended to intimidate him into silence. And John's just one of many people that are facing this, and there's not much you can do about it either. Subpoenas aren't addressed to you, but rather the big tech giants, and they almost always respond to them. And abusing these subpoenas like this, it essentially has no oversight. Normally, information like this would require a judicial subpoena, and that means at least meeting a minimum legal standard approved by an impartial judge or grand jury. But these administrative ones, it's just the government giving itself permission to look into your life. And so it's led privacy experts to fear that Trump is using them to build out databases of his critics. And if being critical of the insane stuff that's happening, it's enough to put you on Trump's radar, it's only a matter of time before we all get visits.
What do you think about that?
It's crazy. In Trump's America.
Yeah. Who expanded AT&T's surveillance operation in 2009?
I'm gonna guess Obama.
Yeah. And I wonder
who's holding hands with the pedophile lover.
It's all in the same place. Oh, now it's to the pedophile lover. He's the only one who actually arrested him. He's the only one who's released this many files on Epstein.
No. I'm talking about Peter Thiel.
Peter Thiel? I could give... Honestly, I mean, seriously, we're going to talk about Peter Thiel?
Yeah, so Trump holding hands with Peter Thiel and his vice president being Peter Thiel's blood boy.
So I'm not going to sit here.
Building Palantir.
And allow you to continue to talk about Peter Thiel because I don't have enough information to even rebuttal anything.
And he is the guy who has far-right, insane ideological plans to build a nation of like tribalism and division, and Trump is holding hands with him, building a database, an AI database of these things.
I mean, it's just, you know, you that's just, you say this speculative whatever the hell that
these are emails written by Peter Thiel.
Okay.
Between Peter Thiel and Jeff Epstein and Steve Bannon, by the way. Steve Bannon, it turns out to be a fascist little piggy.
Here we go. So emails between Jeff Epstein. Wasn't Hillary Clinton all in those emails? And I'm sure you probably voted for Hillary. Wasn't Bill Clinton all in those emails too? And nobody's even batting an eye or trying to attempt at investigating him.
They're coming forward and doing
the thing you're nitpicking.
They're doing questions in Congress.
The thing that you're nitpicking about Peter Thiel and expansion of surveillance, right, was already done in 2009, right? Or maybe I have the date wrong, but it was the largest expansion of internal surveillance on civilians in the United States ever. And it was done under Obama, started under Bush, and then continued under Obama. And when Obama came in and expanded it, worked with AT&T. Look up the tower in New York City, AT&T, their surveillance data room. Anybody can look it up.
Is this bigger or smaller than the Palantir stuff with Trump?
It's been going on since then.
Smaller.
It's just more brought to light now because
is it less political or more political?
It's always been political. It was always surveillance on civilians. It's always.
Have you seen what Peter Thiel literally just says in emails to Jeffrey Epstein?
Yeah, of course. Did you see what Jeffrey Epstein was talking about with Bill Gates and like planned pandemics? I mean,
I didn't see that, but
yeah, pull up some of those emails too, because it's pretty insane. All I'm saying is I don't think anybody truly knows what the hell's going on with this Epstein thing. And to sit here and say that we know for a fact what's what with this case is just a blatant lie. There hasn't been a formal investigation. Nobody knows. And I think we're getting closer. You know, more stuff about the pizza parties and this and that, the hot dogs without a bun. Look at Hillary Clinton's emails with Epstein. It's very interesting. And everybody put to rest the Pizzagate back in whenever it was, 2016, 2017, right? It's very interesting, all of it. And we don't know anything about this whole Epstein thing. So, you know,
dude, that does not free up Peter Thiel from his insane ideas and injecting like himself into our government like this so blatantly. He is right there. He's in the military now. He's got government subsidies. We are paying him.
Yes, the government subsidies have been going on since Bush, though. Bush used them, Biden used them, Obama used them. It's not just Trump.
No, we're talking about Trump and Palantir and Peter Thiel. That is his inner circle.
Police. It's not just Trump inventing secret police and secret AI harvesting. This has been going on forever. You know, it's just crazy that you're sitting here and going to try and tell your viewers that, oh, this is a Trump operation with Peter Thiel. It's been going on since the Bush admin. It was continued with Obama. It was continued with Trump, and then continued with Biden.
Who did Obama empower and is holding hands with and can see like running things?
Corporations.
Can you show me? Corporations, all the ones that are behind Trump now.
AT&T's behind Trump, really?
I don't know. Are we talking about like Zuckerberg, Jeff Bezos, all of the crypto companies who cheered for joy because Trump
AT&T was one of the top Fortune 500s when Obama was in office in 2009 and 2008, right? That was the big company that had cahoots. Look at Israel funding ties with AT&T under Obama, right? This is all connected, and to think that it's not is just insane, right? You need to open your eyes a little bit more. I know you know a lot, and Pickles, you are a very smart person, but once you do research some of the AT&T involvement with the data harvesting, I think you'll see a couple more.
I don't see anything more damning than Trump and his goons and all of this stuff going on. All of these emails are just Trump and all of his friends. Trump's in the files so many goddamn times. All of his closest friends, his modeling agency. It's insane. How he met Melania now is now being questioned. It might be through Jeffrey Epstein. It's insane. And for you to be like, oh, Hillary Clinton, dude, Hillary Clinton's not here running things. Hillary Clinton doesn't have a secret police and is holding cities hostage because of their politics. He's not jamming up people and saying that we want nationalized elections now, and he's jamming people for election rolls.
Under the line of the family of a presidential family, right? You get unlimited Secret Service protection for the rest of your life if you're a president, sitting president, right? You are always part of the crew. I will just let you know, if you think that just because you're president, you're not, oh, you were never president. She was first lady. She, quote unquote, ran things when Bill was under investigation for all the stuff that was going on during his tenure, right?
And they did fantastic with the budget, but they seem like horrible people, and I don't want anything to do with them. And that's the difference between me and you.
With the budget.
The difference between me and you is I can condemn them, and if they are bad people, and we have plenty of politicians that we can choose from. Obama, nowhere in the files. Love that for us.
Great, yeah.
All of our great heroes,
files, but still not necessarily the whole. He doesn't get the scot-free away from Israeli ties, and not necessarily being in the best interest of the United States with the involvement of the war on terror for his entire term, right? The most drone strikes out of any U.S. sitting president.
That's not true.
Really, pull it up.
Trump beat him.
Pull it up.
Trump increased drone strikes just in the first year by 430%.
How many American citizens, or not citizens?
We'll never know.
American soldiers died during Obama tenure versus Trump tenure.
Trump had a 4-year and Obama had 8, but Trump had 65 deaths.
This is going on the next, 65 deaths, the entire war on terror from 2008 to 2016.
No, Trump had 65.
Okay, so how many did Obama have?
I don't know. That was the height of it, wasn't it?
So to have an insane amount of drone strikes and a ton of soldier deaths, citizens, right?
You can't add the drone strikes. Trump beat him.
I would rather a few more drone strikes and far less civilian deaths than.
We don't know about civilian deaths. Trump rolled back the laws so we couldn't see any of it, so he can just go.
So how many soldiers? Really? Yeah. I think it's public information to see how many soldiers have really.
Not civilians. He
Soldiers.
rolled back transparency laws.
Soldiers.
You said civilians.
American citizens. They're civilians. Yeah. I mean, that's just crazy. And it was 45 combat deaths, 18 non-hostile deaths.
Wait. So, Trump beat him in deaths?
No, 63 Trump deaths versus 498 soldier deaths.
You've got a misinformation violation. Chat, tap the screen. Let's keep the live safe. And if you haven't yet, follow this account. This is my backup. Yellow.
Hey, what's up?
What's up? Are you a Trump supporter?
Yeah, I don't support everything, but yeah, I voted for him.
What do you like about Trump?
Cost of living, if I had to be selfish, cheaper things, rent especially, and also it took a while, but him holding the people accountable who started the border crisis.
Well, so why is immigration so important to you?
Because as a Latino, we were always scared of ICE. This is nothing new to us. And I feel like the immigration system is corrupted, and basically both sides don't want to unalive on that hill or tackle it. So when Trump didn't campaign like the first term and instead took a different route and
no, just tell me why is like the end game without all of the just cut through all the noise. Why is it so important to you?
Because I want Latinos, the second biggest minority here, to not be treated unfairly in this corrupt immigration system anymore. I want to do what I can.
What about just coming in so that everybody so we can just make it easier for everyone?
What do you mean by that?
What if we streamline
like
it?
Open border?
People, yeah, like not opened it, but like made it easier for people to get background checks and just come in because it helps the economy.
Absolutely, but the Democrats don't do that.
We
The
tried to do
Latino
it.
vote,
We try to do it every time we're in office. Joe
and what
Biden,
happens?
the Republicans shoot it down.
So that if you can let me finish one point, right? Because this one will be huge. If anything, educate me. So the same party you're basically telling me the Republicans are, they don't care about you, they won't fix the issue, they do this, etc. Right? Let's cut the crap. You're telling me as if I vote Democrat, we need to trust that the Republicans help us pass these? So how can we have it both ways where the Republicans are this awful party that doesn't care about immigration, but at the same time, well, the Democrats try, but it's the Republicans that poo-poo it. What?
Okay, so if we get more Democrats, if you like more people see how bad the Republicans are, they come vote Democrat, and then we have the power to do that.
But that doesn't make sense if the Latino vote is always Democrat. And if you talk to Latinos, that's a fake narrative when you ask them, well, our interests are economy and religion. That's not true. If you talk to the Latino vote, it's immigration reason. So if
I,
the Latino vote was always Democratic, apart from this election, how come the Democrats don't acknowledge Latinos and say, okay, I don't want to blame Obama or start bringing up Obama's cages, but why doesn't Obama say to himself, I had 8 years to fix this. I'm gonna make it less corrupt. He
well, I
didn't.
don't know what you're saying
Instead,
about the corrupt, right? Like we have lots of things about Trump's ICE being super corrupt, and I can talk about those.
I can explain the corruption easily.
But okay, so what's corrupt about Obama's border policy?
It's not Obama. I don't want to put it on him. It's both sides. It's the immigration system in this country. Quickly, Latinos are the second minority in this country. But when you look at the people who do it the right way, that I'm against, when you look at who does it the right way, it's not Latinos. But it should be Latinos in the top five if they're the second biggest minority
It's
here,
just a weird
and
thing.
they're the
Like
ones who do it illegally.
you just sound like kind of like jealous or something. Like we are literally trying to iron it out so that
Yes,
it's more
I am jealous of
streamlined or
the
something.
Europeans and the yes, I am jealous of the Europeans, the Canadians, the Jews, and the Indians who have it, who get more approved paperwork than us. Yes, I'm jealous
So
because
you're
it doesn't
using
make sense if we're the second biggest
you're
minority in this country
you're
too.
weaponizing your jealousy to have the government kidnap people and hurt our economy and shove them out of the country.
No, I'm not weaponizing it. How I will label it is I want a higher standard for Latinos. I want the same standard for Latinos
But
as
this doesn't
Canadians,
change the
as Jews.
standard. It's this is
Why can't we have the same
why
standard as Jews?
why not why the mass deportation? That's the question. Like why is that good?
Because the mass deportation I'm against, but it had to be done because Latinos were always unable to cross that border. They were
What?
we
So
no
this is
one
like a
hear me out,
revenge thing?
please. No, please, just 5 seconds. Don't interrupt me. I swear, I'm gonna keep it short. I'm not yapping. Latinos all these years were unable to cross that border. The 70s, the 80s, the 90s, the early 2000s. People knew about it, but no one called it a crisis. Then, when you look at the border crisis and you look into the details, it's when Trump created the CB1 app, then Biden did what the hell he does. I hope that man is recovering right now, that poor sick man. What happened was over 100 nationalities and countries got a Mexican visa, went to Mexico, and signed up on the CB1 app. So then all these countries from around the world are in Mexico, going through this Mexican border, going through the app. But then the
Being approved
aftermath.
through the app?
Hold on, hear me out. 5 more seconds. These Latinos knew there was a trap. These Latinos said, "We're not signing up on that CB1 app." Spoiler: we still did it illegally because it's a waste of time for us to do it the right way. We'll get denied. So when we pay the coyote that's more expensive than application and we do this, guess what? All these countries that sign up for the CB1 app, they don't get deported. They don't get targeted when the poop hits the fan. Mass deportations?
Let's say okay.
No.
I'm not hearing like a coherent argument here. So you're just saying, oh, like Biden absolutely did make it easy and let people in, and
He
did
did
it
not
to
make it
in a way
easy.
in a way that like checked people's backgrounds and stuff virtually, like that
No.
way streamlined it. Like you're
No.
saying that's
Because
bad, even though even
yes.
and then saying at the same time how we never do anything.
Yes, it's bad because it's unrealistic. It has never happened
What
and
do
it
you
never
mean?
will happen.
What do you mean
What
it's
do you
never
mean?
happened? It
That
happened.
system that you're describing, what system?
The CBP one app.
Yeah, That was a failure. That started a border crisis.
No, it didn't, dude.
So what started the border crisis
It
according
stopped
to
people
you?
from coming to the border.
Hear me out, Pickles. According to you, what started the border crisis?
COVID.
That isn't I got you.
COVID.
What? So COVID, right?
Mhm.
So how do you explain all these nationalities? So for example, Russians, they're the fifth nationality on that
COVID.
app. So no, you just can't say COVID. How did the Russians get to Mexico and sign up on the app? COVID? What do you mean?
So when they're in Mexico and they sign
Bank.
up on the app, what do?
How did they get to
We
Mexico? No,
see a
how did these
Russian.
countries get to Mexico?
They flew, right? But when we see the
Okay, but acknowledge that.
stop. When we see this applicant, whether he's in Mexico or not, we're seeing his Russian name. We're checking his background. We know he's Russian. Like, it's not a trick.
It's no one said it's a trick, but the CB1 app wasn't designed for everyone around the world to get a Mexican visa, go
Wait,
to Mexico and
where
sign
is
up
it
on
bad? Why is it bad?
because these Russians who already in Russia, where's Russia? Europe, right? It's a
No, it's in
rhetorical question.
Russia.
No, where's Russia? What continent?
It's
Laugh it off. That's why you drop the other guy. When you get cooked in these conversations,
dude,
you drop them.
why is it bad?
Misinformation, I'm getting cooked. That
Dude,
previous guest was cooking your ass. And now with me,
go look at my
you
YouTube.
laugh it off.
Go look at my
No,
YouTube. You'll
no.
see the notification of him getting kicked.
Sure, bro,
Why is
sure.
people coming from Russia bad?
Because they already have the privilege that they already have their ways in their own country. And in Russia, if they stayed in their own country, they have the access to working visas, visiting visas, US citizenship, PR, all of them. While Latinos don't get none of them. They don't get none of these approved paperwork. Sure, laugh it off.
I'm not
Try to be
laughing.
funny. These
I'm
girl
not.
these girl
Russia
fans in your chat,
isn't
they
a
love it.
hor.
Which I hope they're over 18.
Focus.
I am.
Russia is in a horrible crisis. Their economy fucking sucks. Their people being conscripted into the army and being thrown into a meat grinder at the at the Ukraine fucking border. Hundreds of thousands, like 700,000 last time I checked, like 8 months ago, is how many people died. That's why they're coming, dude. They need to come.
Silly. So do you want me to compare our Latino countries? My parents are from El Salvador.
Yeah,
no,
tell me what.
Let's compare.
What did we
let's
do?
compare now, since you want to do that.
Yeah.
Was El Salvador the murder capital of the world? Yes or no?
Yeah. Should they be allowed to come?
Okay, great. No.
Should they be allowed to come?
No. Great. Yes.
Yeah.
But
good.
That's what,
there you go.
What
You're
the app
learning.
was meant for.
You're learning.
These southern countries and the southern border.
Not just
these
the southern
Russians
country.
Get a
No.
Mexican visa.
Why is it so
and sign
bad?
up.
Why is it so bad that Russians coming in?
No one's saying it's bad, but look what happens when people abuse it. Russians were the fifth nationality.
What happened?
These Jews, all these Middle Eastern countries were the top 5 signing up on that app. What are the deportation rates for these nationalities? What is the deportation rate for the Russians?
Why are you so concerned? What?
What is the deportation numbers for Russians?
I don't know why.
I want it to be fair, like Latinos.
Why?
Because I don't want Latinos to suffer in this immigration corrupt system. I don't want them to be targeted. I don't want them to be put in Obama's cages
It's too
again.
late. It's too late.
Why?
Trump is going after them, even the nice ones.
What do you mean? Democrats went after them. Obama's cages? Who has the record for the most Latino deportations?
Okay, calm down.
Who gave us a trap
calm
called
down.
DACA?
Calm down.
No, I'm
Tom
emotional,
Homan,
bro.
Tom Homan, and Obama built those cages.
I'm so emotional, bro.
Obama did not use those cages for children. Like
Did
Trump.
Obama use cages? Yes or no?
Yes.
So you just said Obama didn't use cages, but he just used cages. Well, okay, no. Let's educate the chat.
Children in cages. Children in cages.
No. You know how you type? You know how you do that fast, hard typing? If there's a reason why you're not doing it right now, pull it up and educate the viewers right now. Did Obama do cages? Yes or no?
This is my favorite article.
And you know what's funny? That isn't I got you. I hold Democrats to a higher standard, and they shouldn't have done that to Latinos in the first place.
Kids in cages is true. Obama built the cages at the border, but Trump's zero-tolerance immigration policy has no precedent.
Great. Why mention Trump? Why compare? Why does it always like you said? Why does it have to be a comparison? What did you say earlier? Well, these Russians,
did it.
Look what they're
You
going
did
through.
it.
Great.
You brought
these
it up.
Latino countries are going through worse. No,
you brought
I'm
it up.
calling both out. No, because I'm calling both out. But what did you do? Hey, I hear you calling both out, but Trump is worse.
Trump is worse.
That. Who cares? They both did it.
Dog.
Why can't I call both out?
Stop. We don't like Trump's immigration policy. It's worse. It's bad. That's why.
Yes. But should I hold Democrats to a higher standard? Yes or no? With
You
morality.
can, and we win. We still win.
What do you mean you win? Obama did cages, so
Did we?
that's not winning in my view.
No,
What if the cages
Trump
look
did
like
it
you, Mr.
worse.
Pickles?
Trump did
Blue
it
eyes,
worse, right?
white. What if it was white kids in those cages?
Dog, I want all people to
What
be
if
able
it
to
was
come.
Russian kids in those
I want
cages?
all
Actually,
people to be able to come, right? You're the
no. But
one
what if it was
fighting.
Russian kids in those cages?
You're the one fighting for Trump and what he's doing.
Hear me out. What if it was Russian kids in those cages? What do you
It's
think would
bad.
happen?
It's bad.
No, do you think it would have been more mainstream, or do you think you have the same passion as defending Obama with these cases?
If everybody was like up in arms back then, would you be?
Now, in my opinion, bro.
You're using an excuse that people weren't up in arms to your liking to be mad right now.
No, I'm calling both parties out for using cages. That's it. That's simple. You can twist it how you want. I'm calling
You're
out both
twisting
parties.
things. I'm sitting here going, this
You're
is where I
twisting it.
cross
Yes,
the
you
line.
are.
This is where I cross the line right here. And you're going, well, Obama did it. Kinda. Not really.
What?
No.
What?
Trump did this.
I crossed the line.
He did
I called out Trump.
policies that are really, really, really bad. Okay?
Yeah, and I call out Trump when he used the cages. That's a miscommunication.
He used them differently.
You think I'm saying, yay,
he did them
Trump,
in a much more
boo
horrible
Obama.
way.
They both did it though, right?
No, not like Trump.
No, they both did it.
So you're
Yes
trying
or
to make
no?
them
They
both the
both did
same?
it.
No.
No, I don't, because guess what? I hold the Democrats
They're not
and
the same.
Obama to a higher standard, and they shouldn't have done that to the Latinos. That's why 48% of Latinos voted Trump this election.
Mhm.
And guess what?
And Trump just legalized it to make it where ICE can now look at you and your race and arrest you just on that.
Nothing new, Pickles.
That's new.
Do you think we didn't have this conversation with my parents in 2008,
No,
2009?
no, this is new. Supreme Court.
We talked about ICE.
This is new Supreme Court. This is Supreme Court law. Now ICE can target you based on your skin color, your accent, your language. They can do that. That is new. That is new. Yes.
And is that new?
Yes.
So Latinos never were in fear of that with ICE? Never?
Was that true back then? Yes or no?
Yes.
No.
No. Did Latinos have the same fear like that back then?
No, not like this. No.
So if that's your logic, according to DHS, from 2003 to now, who does ICE deport and target? Who? What nationalities? No matter the president, who has it over 88% every single year? Who?
I don't know. Are you just saying because you want
Latinos?
You want less Latinos arrested?
No. So if it's over 88% of deportations Latinos, and if you go to a local ICE facility and you see that it's underwhelmingly, sorry, English is not my first language. It's underwhelmingly for Latinos and targeted for Latinos, you should understand that this is nothing new for us. If 88% of deportations are Latinos, we've been had this conversation.
70%
you know what?
have no criminal record.
No, Mr. Pickles, no. After saying that, I know you're not gonna really hear me out. You're not gonna really you're not really gonna hear me out, hear my perspective. You just move on. Hear me, Pickles. Because I'm emotional right now. I think this is bad for me. According to you, why do you think Latinos risk their lives crossing that river and desert instead of doing it the right way? And you can give me any answer, even if it's ignorant. You can tell me they don't have the resources and they don't have Wi-Fi. You can tell me that. Why do these Latinos do it the wrong way instead of doing a simple application? Why?
It takes too long and it's too expensive.
Did you know that a coyote is more expensive than application? So
that's why I said takes too long.
So they'll rather risk their lives?
Yes.
So they're so impatient. Instead of staying in their home country, they want to risk their lives.
Yeah. So it's pretty bad in their home country, huh? It must be pretty bad, right?
No. That's not. It's not.
How is El Salvador? Can you explain El Salvador how bad it was to me again?
Yeah. Wait. How it was, right?
Yeah.
It was the murder capital of the world.
It was pretty bad, right? Did those people deserve to come?
No. What about now?
It's not good. Yeah, I mean, I don't like dictatorships either.
No.
They reduced the murder. That's correct. You're pivoting to the fact that you like a dictator. That's cool.
I'm not. You're not letting me talk right now for a reason. I'm not even gonna bring up that I love him. You can call him any label you want. Because guess what? If you talk to the people in El Salvador,
I get it. You're pivoting. You're pivoting.
Great. I'm not pivoting. So
we should allow people. And people, you should allow people from El Salvador.
Let me guess, misinformation or being immature.
You're glazing a dictator, and I'm saying let's stay focused. we're
I'm not
talking about
glazing it. I'm not
why
even mentioning
we should
him.
allow
Because you're
countries.
gonna crash out, be a white knight, and be like, I'm not gonna let you talk to about a
Why should
dictator like
we?
that to me.
Oh my God, dude. Should we or should we not allow people in those situations to come to our country regardless of nationality? Or are you just starting to do this bigoted thing where you're picking your race, like racial preferences on who should be deported?
No, I'm saying that Latinos, the second minority in this country, should have a higher standard, and they should make the majority of numbers when they do it the right way.
So
And then for you
you,
to say, well, they're just impatient, that's not true, and it's very ignorant, super ignorant. I hope you talk to Latino communities, not just me.
it's very
Talk
true.
to who's a Latino platform?
It's
Actually,
not
damn,
impatience.
it's
It's like
sad.
life saving, like,
No
right?
Latino popular ones. Actually, talk to Dean and Parker. Ask them why they think, because I talk to them, and they actually are less
I've
ignorant than
met
you.
them and I've hung out with them.
Great, but you for sure you white knights haven't had that conversation about Latinos and immigration. So when it's the flavor of the month again, when you guys hang out, talk to Parker and Dean and say, Parker and Dean, why do you think these Latinos risk their lives? Do you think it's because they're impatient? I
Yeah.
hope they educate you.
Yeah, so the reason is since you don't have a clapback is like
I do.
when your
You
neighbors
just don't
are
let me
like
talk,
when the holy shit,
and I'm being respectful on your platform.
can I talk now? All right. So the reason is when your like sister is being targeted to be brought into a prostitution ring and like a gang is harassing your family, you it's not really just patience. It's like, dang, I don't like that. I want to survive without my family being used and abused by local gangs. So it's not really just like they don't have the time and they're just impatient. It's things like that, man.
It's not. That's very ignorant. Because my family, who's in El Salvador and suffered through that, they just migrated to Costa Rica. They just migrated to Belize. And before you say, oh, well, they're, I
The
don't know,
majority of them went to
privileged,
other
whatever.
countries. Yes. And a lot
Yes,
of them came here.
yes, not, but they didn't risk their lives to go to America, right?
A
Because how
lot of
you
them did.
word it is,
Yes, they did.
no, it wasn't a lot of them. El Salvador, that tiny country, has the most population to this
A lot
date.
of them did.
So how can they all leave? But then it's the most populated country in the smallest in South in
You're
Central
complaining
America.
about people on the TPS list who are eligible because of these
No one's
situations
bringing up
inherently in
TPS
place.
but you now.
No,
Now you're pivoting.
I'm
Who brought up TPS? Did I bring up TPS? Did I bring up TPS?
dude, you can't focus to save your life.
Yes, I can.
We
Did
are
I bring up
talking about the
TPS? Yes or no?
conditions in which people come to our country, okay?
And is TPS the only one?
No.
I'm talking about all. Why do you include TPS? Because it helps
God
your narrative,
damn,
right?
dude. Let me
I
finish a
know.
thought.
I know. You
We,
don't want to talk about working visas, visiting
Holy
visas.
shit. Yes, 60% of the people here that you want to kick out are overstayed visas and you want revenge. You want them to be kicked out of the country even though it hurts our economy. You want that because it hurts your
No, I
feelings that they're
don't.
here. Right?
No, those people who abuse these visas aren't Latinos. My point is, the ones who
So
abuse the visa,
it's a
United
racial
States should
thing?
take some No, take up some accountability, fix the corruption. For example, student visas. Who
But
are the
kick
ones
them
who
out.
abuse it the most? No, no one said that. So let me finish.
Trump is.
Student visas, right? I don't support everything Trump does, right? I call him out with the cages. I
What's
call him
more
out with
important to
alligator
you is
Alcatraz.
the percent of people that
No,
were
I'm gonna finish my
Latino?
point. No, student visas. The ones who get it the most and abuse it the most are Indians. Good for them. Like you said earlier,
Why do
I'm
you keep
jealous of them
listing different races? Why do all of your talking points have to do with like who's what race?
because there's a pattern here. Student visas. Shouldn't that be a fair system all over the world?
I think it.
So
I
if
think
there's
we
a
try to make it that
pattern
way,
that
right?
only no, because Latinos, the second biggest minority, isn't top 10 in that list. Are you gonna say they're
Holy
dumb too and
shit!
they're miseducated?
No,
We don't have
no.
education,
Oh my
so why
god.
aren't we top 10?
Are you talking about? Should we do affirmative action?
No, no. Student visas. Why aren't Latinos
Should
top
we
10
do
on the
some
list?
DEI, dude?
No, that's only
Is that
helping
what
white
you're
women. That only helps
Then
people
what
like your
are
mom,
you?
bro.
You're literally describing problems that are solved by
No,
DEI.
something I simply just say, like always, you laugh it off. And then
You're talking
these
about
woke
racial
white
disparities and all these
these
things. You're
woke
on the
white
wrong
knights in your
side
chat,
that
they
fixes
eat
these
it. They eat
things,
it
dude.
up. They eat it up. They just say lol. You know what's funny?
Nobody.
Oh, ladder puller, haha.
Yeah, that's what you are, man.
Sure. But I'm not a ladder puller when I voted Obama and they put kids in cages, right? That there, I'm not a ladder puller, right? When I vote Democrat in 2028 and they don't abolish ICE, I'm not a ladder puller there, right? And I hope right now when you're taking that nicotine, I hope it hits your fucking cells right now. I hope it calms you the fuck down.
Oh, it is, baby.
Because that's called a stress smoke right there. And I hope you educate your chat that don't fucking pick up the nick. I hope you don't lie like
Don't do it.
What's his name? Parker. Parker lies about it. No, Dean. Dean lies about it. But that was a stress smoke, chat. You saw that? That was called a stress hit.
Sure.
Sure.
You calm now?
No, I'm emotional.
Can you give me the differences?
Bro.
Can you give me the differences between Trump and Obama's cage policy?
Yeah. Obama, well, yeah, Trump was a bit more humane about it. That's just how I word it.
Can you give me that in detail?
Yeah, Trump separated more kids, and also Trump broke a lot more due process than Obama did.
What in specific was really inhumane about what Trump did?
Just the way he will target my community, and also just the way he will handle the due process, and also even though it benefited my country, El Salvador, just where he was sending them to. I call him out on it.
What about the part where he
You don't like those
separated
answers, right? When I call him out.
when he separated children from their parents on
Yeah,
purpose as a deterrent?
I just said that.
As a
I just said he did more than Obama.
No, we need to spell things out, okay? This is
Yeah.
the nuance. You've spent the last 30 minutes trying to make sure that I see them as the same and that we should hold Obama to a higher standard for some
No,
arbitrary
you're
reason.
wrong. We're miscommunicating. I never wanted you
not
to
the
see
same.
them as this. Mr. Pickles, please. I don't want you to see them as the same. I want you to be consistent and just say, okay, the left did do that. But where you miscommunicate with me is you tell me the left did it, but the right is worse.
Who's out in the
And,
streets
like,
getting fucking
they
shot?
both-
Who's
but-
out in the streets getting shot for the immigrant community right now?
White knights. I thought you meant in general.
So
If
you
in
want
general,
us to
it's
help, but when we
black people in
do, we're
cities.
white knights.
Huh?
You want us to do things for you, but when we do, we're white knights.
No, those certain people were white knights. What I want is affirmative action, and for these politicians, for example, the midterms, right? I'm voting blue in the midterms. I'm voting blue in the midterms, right? But my point is, when the midterms happen, the flavor of the month is ICE and immigration, right? When the midterms happen, and also 2028, when the blue get back into office, that's where the cowardness shows out. That's where the balls don't drop, and that's where what happens. What did you just say to me? Are people being unalive? This, that. Nothing happens. They don't tackle those issues. Nothing gets talked about. The flavor of the month goes away.
You're just a pessimist. You're just a pessimist.
I'm not.
I don't know what to say to you, man. Government is government, and we have to try our best. We have to. We actually govern. We actually do all sorts of great things when we're in office. We're more productive. We're better with the budget. We're kinder to people. We write fucking executive orders that try to say, "Hey, treat immigrants with kindness. Stop saying that they're poisoning the blood of the country. Stop saying that their genetics are bad and stuff because it's people are getting literally violent."
So if Democrats win in 2028, because I believe they're gonna win, right? I hope it's not Newsom. I hope it's AOC. But if it's Newsom, are Democrats gonna abolish ICE? Yes or no?
What do you mean, yes or no?
No. If Democrats win, you see how the passion is right now. You see how everyone's talking about ICE and immigration. I'm not saying
I would love for them to abolish ICE.
So no.
Are you asking me if I support that?
Win, no. If Newsom is president and he doesn't abolish ICE, is that a problem?
Sure.
Or because he does it the right way, it's okay.
I know what you're saying.
When in 2028, when Newsom uses ICE, am I going to see
You're asking me if I'm going to greenlight Newsom acting like a dictator if he doesn't get his way and abolish ICE?
No, I didn't say that.
That's what that implicates.
If a Democrat president wins and doesn't abolish ICE in 2028, are you going to call it out? Or
yes,
it's
whatever? I sit up here on both sides. I say it all day. But when the right is so far right, holding the people on the left accountable for anything is silly. It's silly.
So you were saying abolish ICE under Biden's term?
No, Biden wasn't doing arrests like this.
No, but he had ICE. So that's my point. You see how you just said no right there? So in 2028, let's just say they do it. Let's just say they give Latinos cupcakes when they arrest them. Let's just
Listen,
say they say, here's a
it's
pillow
not the
blanket.
presence of,
If no, here, let me finish my point. If the Democrats take another stretch like while I talk, if the Democrats still use ICE and don't abolish ICE, are you gonna call them out?
yes, yes, I already said that. Yes,
So
yes,
did you call them
yes,
out under
yes,
Biden or under
yes,
Obama?
yes,
You just
yes,
said no.
yes,
You said no.
yes. Dude, Obama was
Yeah,
a
look at
net
you. Yes,
positive.
yes, yes.
Stop, dude. You literally
Because
just
you're
like to get
lying.
gotchas. You just want to jam people
No,
up. You
it's not.
frame
It's
questions
not
horribly.
got yous.
Yes, it is.
It's
Stop.
not got yous.
Dude, I
You know
have to
what it
mute
is?
you. I have to mute you. Stop. Dude, okay. Obama did not politicize deportations. He did not come here and brag about it so that society got violent about it. He did it the right way, and we can actually look at the economic numbers and see that there's literally no use for mass deportation other than getting criminals. And I think that's fine. If we relabel ICE, whatever we have to do, that's fine. But deporting criminals from our jails, that's okay, sure. But using it as a political tool, to get political points and political theater, to get people charged, like you don't even know why you're mad. Like why you're mad sounds so insane. Marika, thank you so much for the kick. I love you, dude. W Marika's in the chat. Jesus fucking Christ. He thinks that our politics changed with the wind. When we see Trump triple the ICE budget and then talk about using them as his personal fucking his personal guards when visiting the UN,
Yeah.
that's weird.
Hello?
Hello? Hi, are you a Trump supporter?
Yeah. Hey, buddy. I am actually.
Cool. What do you like about Trump?
And I would vote for him again and again and again if I could.
We know. What do you like about him?
Basically, just about the fact that, I don't know, maybe the fact that he's kicking out every single legal alien citizen out of this country. And besides that, probably the fact that he's actually. People don't like that he's starting wars with other countries, but listen, some of these other countries need to be decimated. Some of these other countries need to be eradicated because they're filled with filth and they're
All right, chill,
they're
chill, 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 chill. What is the net positives of mass deportation?
um actually bringing America back to America. That's the net positive.
Can you give me that in some metrics?
I don't even know what you want me to typically really say.
So you got nothing? You don't know?
Well, I think that kicking them out would open up a bit more jobs for the Americans, right? Because they've been coming here and they've been taking
No.
most of the jobs that they've been
It's going
working
to
down across
decrease
the border.
jobs.
Buddy, I lived in Houston for a few years just recently.
That's cute. I live in Dallas my whole life.
Okay, well, you're in Dallas. I was down in Houston, little guy. So I've been way closer down there to the border.
I can read.
Have you ever? Oh, okay, yeah, cute. Me too, buddy. Have you ever been to a grocery store before after the pandemic and realized that none of the groceries are in there because all these illegals want to come across our border and steal up all the groceries out of our grocery stores, out of the Krogers?
Let's magnify, or let's zone in on this, okay? You're saying that 3% of the population, 3% of the 350 million people here cleared out all the grocery stores?
They're taking a lot of them, and you saw what was happening in Minnesota a while ago. And it was a whole bunch of people eating
That's
dogs and
that's
chickens on the street. They're eating chickens on the street. Oh, you can't have that. That's unacceptable. Dark
okay.
pickle.
Yeah, that's not a thing that happened either, man.
Oh, really? Interesting, because I'm pretty sure I saw videos of people eating rats and everything in the streets and the place that was happening. Where was it happening at?
So
Remember, they're eating the dogs in the street.
so we need to spend $140 billion on ICE deporting these people and fucking up our economy because you saw a video on Facebook?
Oh, I don't think it's fucking up our economy. If anything, it's going to flourish our economy, right? Do you know what that word means, flourish?
I do. Can you give me some good data on that? Here's what I've got. All right. So for every 500,000 people that are deported, 44,000 U.S. citizens lose jobs. And we are going to see our GDP shrink. We're going to see wages decrease. 63% of the economy will see wages decrease. And then the bottom 30 will see them increase by 1% and then decrease it again by 0.6.
Hmm. Okay. Well, that's not my main issue when it comes to this. I think the fact that it's hilarious when Joe Biden had the Epstein files for 4 years and you guys were all whining and complaining about Donald Trump not wanting to release them, and now look, they're releasing them. They're releasing multiple of these things, and it's
It sounds like a
It's not
pivot.
just a one-side issue
Before
because it's
before we get into like culture war politics and stuff, can we just focus in on the thing Trump is doing, like with all of our money and using as a secret police?
yeah,
Can
he's
we
trying to make our
justify that
country
real quick?
better.
How is it going to make it better?
What, the immigration specifically?
Like deportation, how is that like? What are you going to see and feel after that? What's going to be better noticeably?
I will see less people on the streets, and I will see more food in my grocery stores, and I'll see more dogs on the streets, and I'll see just higher living wages, most likely, because the minimum wage would go up.
Are you? Oh, you make minimum wage?
No, I make much, 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 much
So you're going
more.
to see your wages decrease.
No, I'm not.
That's what Penn Wharton says.
Who's that?
It's a college. It's a liberal thing.
It's a college.
Yeah.
Well, I don't trust most colleges, and that's why I didn't have to go to a college to make the amount of wealth I have now.
Yeah. So we have nothing but negative figures here. The GDP, we lose GDP by billions. We've got $987 billion with economic feedbacks. This is what it's going to cost us. And this is what you guys are fighting for. You're cheering this on to make America better somehow.
Okay. Interesting.
And by the way, this is 3 or 4% of our population. So I highly doubt you're going to be able to see any change. Like you won't see anything, right? You're just going to feel it.
I don't know. We don't have to talk about this issue specifically. You realize that,
I
buddy.
don't
You
blame
realize
you
that we
not
can talk.
wanting to. I don't blame you.
Okay, well, let's talk about how Trump's actually releasing these files, and it's showing that your little party is full of a whole bunch of satanic little blood-eating baby killers.
Trump is listed in the Epstein files 5,000 times. The second
Yeah, I
place
saw
is
that,
like
and it's all just
500.
other people, and it's all just other people talking about him and making up things about him.
Mm-hmm.
And I've looked through it on my own. I've actually spent a whole bunch of time yesterday looking through his name, and it
Did
quite
you
actually
did you
just
see
cleared
Steve
him of
Bannon's place in
everything.
all of this?
I, I,
Trump's
I,
bestie.
what does that have to do with anything?
Trump is knee deep in all of this, dude.
Hmm? No,
Hmm?
he's not.
Hmm?
No, he's not.
How do you meet
No, he's not.
Melania?
Oh, yeah. In Russia.
So you haven't been reading this?
Hey, you met her in Russia or something. Who gives a
Uh-huh.
shit?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's just hilarious how you sit there with a smile on your face when you know that damn well Hillary Clinton was eating babies while Bill Clinton was in presidency, and you're gonna sit there with a
That's
smile and think that these
That's actually
people should be in
hilarious. So
presidency. You're
that came.
disgusting.
So what happened was, Jeffrey Epstein, after he was convicted in his first trial and got a fucking super sweetheart deal by Trump's bestie Alex Costa, he did some interviews for like a PR thing, but he also met with the head of 4chan, and he started the whole Pizzagate thing and fed that to y'all
No,
on
he
the right.
didn't.
Yes, he
Wait,
did.
who did? Wait, who did?
Jeffrey Epstein. And
No, he didn't.
yes,
No, he
and
didn't. It was
this
Ghislaine
is
Maxwell. It was Ghislaine Maxwell.
no, this is actually in the files that you didn't read.
No, it was Ghislaine Maxwell. She was one of the biggest moderators on the Reddit page on the thing.
Okay, Reddit and 4chan are different, and it was Jeffrey Epstein and Steve Bannon, all talking about this in emails, talking about how to deflect the narrative, and then it just so happens that Jeffrey Epstein uses the pizza thing as a euphemism for young children and having
I know.
sex.
I've actually looked through the files myself.
So
Pizza's
Jeff,
mentioned 900 times, and I looked through all the pizza times, and it's definitely Pizzagate, which another thing that you liberals did not believe in, and now it's true to be
but it
real.
was
So
all about the
wait,
right,
wait, wait.
and it
Oh,
was
no, it
literally
wasn't. Well, no, it
used
wasn't.
to target the left. It was
No, it
about them.
wasn't.
It was his thing that he was doing, and that he used it in the propaganda machine and fed it to the right, and it was in right wing pipelines in 4chan, and it absolutely did. It got them to hate Hillary Clinton. It was Hillary Clinton at the head of it. That's what he did, and it lost her the election in 2016.
I don't think that statistic's true. You'd probably have to pull up a number.
Yeah.
Listen, guy, you have a lot of self reevaluating to do, so how about you just go fuck yourself in the ass, motherfucker?
I'll try.
Stupid fucking idiot.
I'll try. All right.
Fucking piece
I'll
of
do
shit.
I'll do my best.
Fuck you, motherfucker.
Why are they so mean, dude? Ooh, Supreme Court cleared way for California to use new congressional map design to help Democrats in the midterms. Let's go. Marika, by the way, I didn't read your message, but Marika said, my fucking gosh, this guy is an arrogant little bitch and is confused. I really can't tolerate people like him. Tell him to fuck off from me, please. Smiley face. Marika, that was beautiful. Poetic. Hello.
Hey, I think I've been on with you before. I'm not debating. I just don't understand how people get so mad. Like, what is that? It's crazy that people have to resort to name calling when you like you got me on here and you proved me wrong, and I just took it like a champ because facts are facts, right? Like, I don't know why people have to resort to the name calling.
I know. It doesn't bother me though.
It just sucks because you're actually out here doing good, and people just are dicks for no reason. I don't understand it.
It's all right. I appreciate you though, man.
Yeah, thanks. I have learned a lot from you just watching your stuff. Like, because I'll be honest, I voted for Trump. I didn't do enough research, and I'm regretting a lot of that decision. And I just listening to people like you and people from both sides just actually talking about facts and things like that. It helps out so much. So keep doing what you're doing. I do appreciate it.
Thank you so much, dude.
It just sucks listening to people try to make people look stupid for no, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just say, like, my bad, you're right, and not, you don't have to be a dick about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy to listen to just people like, oh, fuck you and this. And I'm like, why? Like, what's your purpose there?
Yeah. Yeah. That's all right. Comes with the territory.
I appreciate what you're doing. It's opened my eyes to a bunch of stuff. So, like, I just wanted to come on and say thanks.
Yeah. Thank you, man. Appreciate you. Have a good day, man.
All right, you too.
Chat, if you're a Trump supporter, you want to debate, hop in the box. Guessing your life. Got hit with misinformation. Dang, Luke got hit with misinformation. It took a few minutes, though. It was like 10 minutes. Ah! God dang, dude. What the hell? Damn, chat. Chat, don't forget to follow the stream. Thank you for all the follows. We have 100 follows already. Thank you. Chat, I also have a Cash App Venmo in the bio. If you guys are trying to buy me herbal remedies, I will take every penny and eviscerate it. Dunning-Kruger effect, being challenged to admit wrong physically hurts them. I heard somewhere that psychologically, some people respond to it the exact same way as being slapped in the face. Literally, like, physiologically, they feel what you feel when you get slapped in the face. I will take teas. Have I ever been to Hive Bakery? That's in Flower Mound. I haven't. It looks delicious though. Come up to Denver. We'll take you on a green tour. Wow. Trump administration opened an investigation into whether Nike discriminated against white employees. Oh, the guy that was caught trying to unalive Trump on his golf course got life in prison. Owner does a podcast with her brother speaking the very public. Oh, is that's that local to me? I know who that is. No way. Next president should pardon him and give him the Medal of Freedom. Oof. See, even that, like, we would say no. Like, on the left, like, that would be like, whoa, that's not cool. Don't do that. Trump did that. They didn't blink an eye. Trump pardoned all those people who fucked up police officers and shit and fucking broke into the Capitol. I do think that anyone and everyone who is harassed by ICE get full pardons by the governor of their states. I want every single one of them pardoned, even handed a gold medal. I'll never move back to the States. Yeah. Canada's indefinitely superior. It's really the strangest point to make. They're like, well, America's bigger and has a bigger GDP. Well, that would make it way more capable. Like, sometimes you're so big that you can just do things at a loss that other companies can't. Like, there's easily more bargaining and negotiating power with more people and more money. And some ICE funding. Like, yeah, I think we should just do 100% of like the 10-year ICE funding goes straight to the families of the victims, families that were separated by ICE. We should do that. And we should do like a tax on red states to pay for it. I talked to Lindsay guys and asked about Don Lemon. In 2025, a Republican candidate in Congress, Texas, reportedly entered LGBTQ-friendly church service and made anti-LGBTQ remarks. Reports indicate she left when asked and was not arrested at the time. Gomez is known for a history of provocative stunts and using hateful rhetoric against Muslims, immigrants, and LGBTQ community in political campaigns. Don Lemon was present at an anti-immigration enforcement protest at a church in Minnesota and was reporting on the events. Protesters disrupted the service, and federal authorities later arrested Lemon and others involved, citing interruption of worship as justification for federal action. Lemon reportedly offered to turn himself in, but agents were sent to arrest him regardless. The only reason I like Trump is because he helped Carney become her PM. Valentina did the same thing, but very, provoking. Provocative sounds like a weird way to put it, but I guess that's right. Chat, if you're a Trump supporter, you want to debate, hop in the box. Sharon, thank you so much for $25, by the way. Sharon, I hope you're still here. I just saw my Cash App for my next plate of tacos. Thank you so much, Sharon. Oh, you're still here. Awesome. Thank you. You'd think I'd be better at this. Damien, thank you for the $5. At this point, we shouldn't be talking about anything except the Epstein files. Anyone still defending Trump is probably a predator themselves. Damien, thank you so much, dude. I think that, like, you have to work it at every angle. I think that the immigration topic is still important to me because, like, it really, like, makes them think of Trump's motives as a whole, like the Trump administration as a whole and everything they've done and set up to this point. And then maybe they'll see Epstein stuff in different light. Maybe sometimes that's the answer. Sometimes maybe just straight up talking about Epstein. I know there's a lot of fallout right now from MAGA. Send pickle donations for his therapy post debates with MAGA. Everything helps, chat. Everything helps. Sometimes my therapy is playing Final Fantasy 14 for 17 hours straight. I ordered a MAGA off the TikTok shop and it said teeth sold separately. Zenova says I play for years. DM me. Oh, played. Damn. Mom's meatloaf and donations always accepted and appreciated. Chat, if you want to send me meatloaf, please don't send me something a little more, I don't know, survivor, like ship friendly. Send me cookies. Have I gotten to Arc Raiders yet? I haven't. I hear good things, but I'm so invested in Final Fantasy. Literally nothing else matters. And I'm let's just say I'm doing big things. An MRE meatloaf doesn't sound too bad. I've had MREs before. They're kind of fun. I like them. We're just releasing extra small size for MAGA Man. Thank God. I don't kidding on my shit blown up. Arc is psychology experiment. I think you would be all about it. Is tacos my favorite food? Probably. I'm also eating taquitos a lot, which is just small tacos, honestly. They're just tacos rolled up. The tiny Tabasco bottles, yes. Real MAGA Man milk bowls. Have we finally taken a break from Blue Takis? No. Nope. Got 2 fresh bags on the front doorstep right now. I do taquitos. This is what I do, but it happened. This is not that brilliant, but I do taquitos and I do like a big thing of sour cream and salsa, and they're like gamer friendly. Just eat them. Everything's out of convenience over here. Guacamole sounds very good, but it's above our pay grade right now. Guacamole. I would kill for some tables like guacamole right now, actually. Hell yeah, Coco. Guac is easy. Dude, I love making guac. You need some stuff that I might not have. I guess I have a big bowl. I need like a good mixer. Like a big spoon or something. I don't know. Do I enjoy? I love Chipotle. I do a chicken bowl with both beans, veggies, lettuce, corn, guac, and then I always get 2 sides of the medium salsa and chips because their fucking chips are delicious. And then I fucking cover it in Tabasco. I didn't mix it for it, nothing. I'm just being a drama queen. Did you know that guac is a mole? A mole? They need better rice. I don't mind the rice. They donated to the oh, no more Chipotle then. Freebird is woke as hell. Do y'all have Freebird where y'all are, chat? Freebird is like Chipotle but with more options. Very hippie. Like you can get jalapenos, you can get cilantro. They have roasted corn. They have like green and red tortillas. They have brownies and they're in this big like pot and they're called pot brownies. Google says Chipotle did not do that, but I don't know. The Chipotle thing was debunked. Okay, thank God. Big fat burrito with extra cheese. Y'all, this is my backup. I don't know how a restart will fare. Maybe I can turn on the YouTube. I didn't know Chipotle started in Colorado. That's cool. All right. We'll do phone line. Oh, shit butts. Guys, I'm still getting over like a head cold. Got like a head cold going on. All right. Boop. All right. YouTube, the phone number is on. If you guys want to call in, you're welcome to call in. Hello, is this a Trump supporter?
Hey, Pickles. How you doing today, buddy?
Doing good. How are you, man?
Good. Hey, yesterday you were talking about various types of genders and whatnot, and you mentioned the two-spirit animal.
Animal?
Yeah, you mentioned a two-spirit animal.
I think it's two-spirited. It's not animal exclusive, I don't think.
Oh, okay. Is there anything else you can tell me about that? Actually, could you just type it in your computer, two-spirited animal, and tell me what it says?
Why animal?
I thought that's what you said. Is it just two-spirited?
Yeah.
But that was brought on by the Native Americans. That's one of their terms, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure it's animal, two-spirited animal.
No, it's Native Americans, First Nations people who embody both masculine and feminine spirits, represent fluid, often sacred third gender or non-binary identity. It blends spiritual, cultural, and gender roles rather than just sexual orientation.
Does it mention what year that was coined?
That was coined 1990.
1990.
Mm-hmm.
That's hilarious. So
because they didn't speak English.
You guys want us to believe that this has been common for hundreds of years, but some wacky liberal came up with it in 1990.
No,
that's embarrassing.
It's actually not. It didn't come up with it in 1990. It was just labeled that in 1990. So
yeah,
it was.
They coined the term. There's no proof that that ever existed before.
That's not true. It was called the
white liberal bullshit. You guys make stuff up all the time and expect us to believe it. It's hilarious.
Dude, read what I'm saying. You don't want to hear what I'm saying?
Well, what you just read off is what I read too, and I still have the same conclusion.
How?
1990 is not an ancient.
You're talking about the term. So before it was called, fucking two-spirited. It was called Nis Meni Dawag or something, two spirits. That term was adopted to replace offensive colonial labels and highlight the unique traditional roles. Tradition. So
have
it's
you ever
been
met
there
a
forever.
Two-spirited animal before?
I don't know why you keep saying animal.
Well, because it's kind of like a unicorn. They don't exist. A two-spirited. I mean, is that just someone who is androgynous? Is it a trans person? I mean, two-spirited.
Can you not see that they've been doing this forever, and that was the point I'm making?
No, because I think before 1990, there's no literature about it. You just.
That's not true. That's not true. This is a tradition they've had since the beginning. They just named it in 1990. Something different?
So that's something we should adopt because some Native Americans use that.
No, we don't need to adopt any of that. I'm saying that we can look at all of these things. Gender is something that was made up just like that, just like man and woman, just like all of the genders in the Talmud, just like all the other things. We'd come up with these things as a society, and for you to not believe that they're malleable is silly.
Okay. Well, I can sort of go along with that. Gender is a made-up construct, sure. Man, woman, that doesn't really mean anything. But what about male and female?
That means something, sure.
Scientific description.
So
when you talk about male and female, you're talking science, right?
Right. But how many sexes are there?
2.
So sex is what they call bimodal. So there's 2 extremes in a continuum in between.
There's XX and there's XY. Anything else
That's not true.
Spectrum doesn't matter.
Why doesn't it matter?
Because you could look like a woman and not be a woman.
Okay, but we're talking about sexes. We're not talking about gender.
Oh, yeah. If you talk about sexes, then we're talking XX, XY.
What about all the other variables?
Hey, the more the merrier. All the other variables.
That's what we're talking about, though.
Variety. Let them.
You can't dismiss them. So there's more than 2, right? There's more than 2 variations.
There's more than 2 ways that people can identify, but when you're talking about science, there's only male and female.
We're talking about karyotypes, and again, we're talking about sex, and we're talking about it being bimodal, not binary. Bimodal.
You gonna explain that?
I did. So bimodal means 2 extremes, male and female, and there's a continuum in between.
And that's super duper rare, right?
No, it's not. No, 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 no.
Oh, because you're still talking about genders.
No, I'm talking about sex.
Okay, well.
Hold on.
I'm all ears.
So, here's male. Here's female.
Oh, you're drawing this on your... I'm going to have to go to my TV and see what you're drawing.
And here's
turn down
the
volume.
continuum, okay? So there are things often associated with the two, like karyotypes, like chromosomes.
Well, all that's fine and dandy. I mean, people should be able to identify how they want. If you're a man and you feel like a woman, by all means, wear a dress, change your name, get the surgery, whatever it is that makes you happy. It doesn't hurt me at all.
It does. You guys are bringing it up that you guys used it in politics and we're not.
No, because you guys are talking about gender. We're talking about sex, male and female.
No one on our side's talking about any of this.
In sports and locker rooms. Everywhere else, who cares if someone wants to identify as the opposite sex that they were born
We're not talking about that at all. I'm just having 100% of the conservatives that I've talked to, I've had to just straight up educate them on this. They don't actually have a stance that's coherent. They're just mad because of something Trump and the right has told them. And it has nothing to do with our politics. We have said nothing about this in our politics. This is just something y'all gaslit us with for a culture war.
I know. We're the ones that came up with, how do you identify? What's your pronouns? Was that the right or the left that came up with that?
That was society. It wasn't left or right. That was just society, right?
7 feet tall, a 6-foot dude walks in with a full beard, and it's like, hey, sir,
this is a perfect example.
May I ask what your pronouns are?
That's a perfect example. Which of our politicians were going around enforcing pronouns, talking about pronouns, how it should be?
Kamala Harris?
Yeah, what'd she say?
She's part of the woke movement, so you can pretty much guarantee that she's all for it.
Okay, again, like she's not out here telling everybody to be this way and spread this agenda. This is something organic that started societally. It's all over the world. So it's not the right or left. It's just y'all having culture shock.
It's all over the world, and the Olympic Committee said no more men competing against women.
Again, you're just pivoting. We're talking about how this is the norm. Nobody's doing anything. Y'all were gaslit into thinking we're doing something to you. And you guys came out swinging.
What's the norm?
We do preferred pronouns.
Men who think they're women?
That's been a thing since forever too.
What is it? Do they call that gender dysphoria?
It's honestly a very offensive way to put it. That's not how you describe it. So,
but that's how is that the DSM-5? Isn't that how they describe it?
The DSM-5. I think we're on 6 now. Gender dysphoria could not all trans people have gender dysphoria, but gender dysphoria could lead.
So the ones who don't have gender dysphoria are just perverts.
No,
it's not that they feel like they're the opposite sex. They just get their kink on by dressing up like
that. Is a perfect example of bigotry right there. So
no, I'm just saying if you have dysphoria and you don't have dysphoria, there's two conditions. You could have dysphoria and you could not have dysphoria.
Okay, what makes somebody who is what is sexual or perverted, like you said, about being trans?
Nothing.
Why did you associate them with perverted again?
No, because there's trans people who have dysphoria, and there's trans people who don't have dysphoria.
Okay.
And my contention is the trans people who don't have dysphoria are just like, kinky perverts.
Why would you say that? What does that have to do with sex?
Because they don't feel like they're in the wrong body. They just.
But how is that sexual?
Dressed up, huh?
How is that sexual?
I don't know. How is it sexual that some people wear diapers and get slapped on the back by mistresses?
That's a kink, right? But not all diaper wearers are doing.
What I'm telling you is that if you don't have gender dysphoria, but you choose to dress up like the opposite sex, that makes you kinky instead of dysphoria.
No, that's not. So, like.
This is my opinion. I mean, I can't prove it.
Like this, it's just as absurd as saying all people in diapers are doing something sexual, and that's not the truth, right?
Right. Some people are just too old.
Or too young.
Like Joe Biden, remember he was wearing Depends for 4 years?
I don't know if that's true, but we do have Trump in diapers, for sure.
I know. You guys, you believe everything that they say about
He has
Trump
a literal colostomy bag, like, on his leg, man. We see it.
Yeah, you saw it. Can you send me a picture of that?
I'll just show you a video of it.
Yeah. Let me get my YouTube pulled up. something's wrong with the TikTok, because I tried to get on there, and when I go to your link, it doesn't show your live show. So
I'm on my alt account. It's dark_pickles.
Say that again, please.
Dark_pickles.
Dark_pickles. Okay, appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
But Pickles, it's really a scientific solution. Trans people should be accepted everywhere in society with no pushback. Let them be who they want to be. This is America. But there's two instances where I see it not working out. One is in sports, okay, and the other one is in the locker room. Because I know you're okay. I'm sure you look like you have a nice body. You'd be in a gym or something in a locker room, and if a woman walks in, I don't think you're going to crap your pants or whatever if she sees you naked. But there's a lot of women who don't want to be observed by people of the opposite sex in the locker room, and it's a privacy issue. And I just find it hard to believe that someone like you, who's so empathetic, has no empathy for women who would just prefer to have their privacy and not have to see some man's junk.
I think this is
have a man look at their junk.
This is short-sighted, and the thing that tells me y'all aren't looking for a solution and looking to reduce harm and reduce like encounters is we don't have any count of encounters. We don't have anything showing us this is like prevalent, that this is the how people feel.
Why does it matter if it's prevalent?
Because you're demonizing a minority group.
Well, it's like racism. It may not be prevalent, but we still try to stomp it out every chance we can. I mean, just because it's not prevalent doesn't mean it's not a concern.
We're not taking the same swings, okay? Because what you're doing is like if one white dude did something racist, we go and outlaw white people in all of the same areas that person did a racist thing. That's how sloppy that is.
You just demonize all white people, like the current juggernaut that's going around right now.
Juggernaut? I don't think anybody is in fear of white people being demonized. We are all in power. Yeah. I think that demonizing a minority group, and you can see this, the outcomes of people being very violent and vicious towards this, it's not the goal that they fix these things societally. They want the outrage from y'all.
I know. Did you hear about that trans person that got beaten up by some thugs because that person was trans?
It's 1 out of every 4 people that are trans probably get beat up.
Give me the name of one person that has ever happened to.
Okay.
Besides Jussie Smollett.
If you're 4 times more likely to be assaulted
I'm telling you,
being
I watch
trans.
the news each and every day, and I don't just watch the national news. I watch local news from different states and places like that. And yeah, there's not a spate of trans people getting beat up.
Here we go. Man accused of assaulting transgender woman on a trial day. That's a week ago. Transgender woman violently attacked on 6th time in Los Angeles. That was June 2nd. Trans woman brutally attacked multiple times in LA. That's probably that was in April, so it's a different story. Trans woman attacked brutally, yes.
Well, at least they were equipped to fight back if they were a trans woman.
So it's okay that this is happening if they're men.
No, it's not
to you.
okay.
Okay, transgender woman violently attacked 6 times in LA. This is a different story. Fatal violence against transgender and gender. This is HRC. This is great. 84% of victims were people of color. 50% were transgender women. 78% killed with a gun.
Well, if they were people of color, chances are they were victimized by people of color.
Okay, that's nice. 36% of victims known killer were killed by romantic sexual partner.
And I don't like to carry around stats that are wrong, so I'm going to give you a stat, and you can tell me if it's right or wrong. Okay. Black people, black men make up 6, maybe 7% of the population, but black men commit over 50% of all the homicides in the United States.
All right, this is going to be heart-wrenching for you. All right.
I'm ready. I got my
What's the exoneration rate of black men compared to white men?
That's not what we're talking about.
No. That is because what you just
murder rates.
You cited
totally pivoted to something else.
Your citation was wrong. So the last citation.
I just want to know if it's true. What did the stat that I just
What you said is wrong.
Is it true or not?
Correct. It's incorrect. So the last part of your stat, the way you worded it, incorrect. 50% of people arrested for these violent crimes were black men, and then exonerated is why that is fucking relevant.
Oh, okay. So white people go commit just as much homicide, but they get exonerated more than
No,
black people do.
black people are wrongfully arrested for crimes and get 20% higher sentences
We're
than
not
white
talking
people.
about crimes. I'm talking about murder, homicide.
This
I'm
is a
asking
crime.
you if 6% of the population commits over 50% of the homicides in the United States.
Okay.
Yes or no?
No, because
Is it
after
yes or no?
exonerations, you're citing arrest, not convicted, by the way. So get your facts straight. You're wrong.
I think you're wrong, pal. You just don't want to. This is a stat that's never contested by anyone.
It's a myth.
Never.
It's a myth. It's literally
undisputed.
it's one sentence that it somehow has survived decades in your party, I guess, because no one uses Google, but it's absolutely wrong.
Because the stats bear it out. Black men, 6% of the population commits over 50% of the homicides.
You can't say commit.
Yes or no?
You have to say arrested. They were arrested, not convicted, by the way. Not convicted.
Oh, so a lot of them got off of the on the
because
murder.
they were wrongfully arrested because cops are racist. Yes.
Cops are racist. How many cops are in the United States?
Thousands.
100. Like it's about 100,000, almost a million. It's closer to a million. What percentage of those million police officers are minorities?
I can still say you would hold prejudices. They're not immune from that. The system itself is also racist. But we have studies, okay? So this is really damning, and it's really hard to make go away, but there's a study from Stanford that shows, it's called the Veil of Darkness study, and people who drove during the day, we saw the arrest. This is a study of millions of arrests and traffic stops, and during the day, they arrested almost twice as many people of color than they did during the night.
And it's not because they commit more crimes.
Correct.
Okay.
Because they pulled them over for no reason. Yes. Or only for being black. That is what that study shows. Yes.
Uh-huh. Yeah, they're going door to door looking for black people.
They are actually right now. They are.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
ICE is doing
According to NPR, and they're real trustable.
NPR is fantastic.
Well, you mentioned Stanford. Are you familiar with Thomas Sowell, a famous economist that went to Stanford?
I am, unfortunately.
Well, if you and I were alive 30 years ago, it'd be a big deal to talk about him. He's kind of...
And it's been very widely debunked. He was a very bad economist, believed in supply-side economics. He was pretty wrong.
He wrote some fallacy that if someone over here makes an extra $5, someone over on the other side lost $5. That's a zero-sum fallacy that he points out.
Yeah.
Also, another thing that he points out is that this trope that the rich are getting richer and the poor are getting poorer. He totally has debunked that as well. People don't start off in
It's really hard to do
category.
with literally just statistics right now.
Well,
this is all in the past, right?
Statistics show that people they transpose to different pay levels. You can start off poor, make more money, and then by the time you're in your 40s and 50s, you're rich. You could lose it in your 60s. People lose wealth, they gain wealth, but it's not the same people. I mean, people are born with nothing and turn out to be multimillionaires only because we live in the greatest country on the planet, right?
I want to give you some good stats. All right. In 1789, this is the French Revolution. The top 10% held approximately 66 to 90% of the wealth, with the 1% owning 60% or more. As of 2025, the top 10% hold around 67 to 83% of the net wealth.
That's great. They're the ones that create the jobs.
That's also a fallacy.
Okay. Explain that fallacy.
So,
have you ever had a job from a poor person or a homeless person?
Yeah, myself.
Okay.
Yeah, most of my life I've worked for myself. Almost no starting capital, and those are the backbone of America, not just rich people that pretty much suck money from the government, like Walmart, who we pay $8 billion to subsidize their low wages so that people can collect welfare while also working like 37 hours a week, just under being full time, just so that they can live in perpetual poverty.
Well, I'm a little bit like you. I didn't go to college, but I did go out and get a skill, and now I've got 160 hours of vacation every year. I've got excellent insurance. I've got a great job. I've just got benefits out the kazoo, and I never went to college. What it is I decided I didn't want to work at Walmart for my whole life, so I went out and got some skills.
We live in a society. We live in a society where a certain portion of society, who might be low performing or low capable or whatever, they're going to be in that position. So we're going to have to make changes systematically.
They've got liberals like you telling them you're never going to succeed. Your skin's too dark. You can't make it here in America.
That's not what we're saying. We're saying that
the chips are stacked against you because you're a minority.
We're saying that we're not standing here.
You can't even get an ID so you can go vote. How are you going to hold a job if you can't get an ID?
You guys want to try poll tax again? All you have to do is just read about why that's wrong. Just poll tax. Google it. It's bad.
I heard you talk about that earlier, and I kind of remember that from high school, maybe a poll tax. That's where you actually have to pay to be able to vote, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so you think going to get an ID, which costs $10 or $15 or $20, is a poll tax?
Yes.
In your little feeble,
yes,
liberal mind, that's a poll
tax. It's just poll tax with that one extra step too, so it's probably worse.
One extra step, okay. All right, well, you sure know how to make apologies for people, and it's really racist how you think people can't, make it to the DMV to get their ID and that they can't vote because they're poor. I mean, that's just really sad of you.
I think it's disingenuous to say that. We just have the data on that.
All right, Pickles. Well, I'm going to get back to work. Last time I told you that, you said, well, enjoy your 9 to 5. I, too, work for myself. But because I work for myself means I don't have time to talk to you all day on the phone. But when I do get to talk to you, I always enjoy it. You're a really nice guy. Even with your snide comments, you're not nearly as hateful as a lot of the people that do what you do. So I'm going to continue watching your show. I'm probably one of your biggest fans, even though we don't agree on a lot. But we do have a lot in common. Asus is my favorite motherboard.
Oh, nice.
You and I have a bunch of stuff in common. And as a matter of fact, if we were hanging out and not talking politics, we'd probably, well, not just me, most of your guests, because you're a friendly guy. You really are a nice guy.
Appreciate that.
But your politics are whacked. You are so off base on nearly every conclusion you've come to is wrong. Probably 95% of them.
All right.
But hey, you're passionate about it, so good for you.
I appreciate you. You have a good night, all right?
Okay, but you too.
Chat, what do you think my brain does when I lay down to sleep? Hello?
Oh, hi. If you are okay with it and have the time, I would love to just talk a little bit about Two-Spirit, in case that guy's listening or in case anyone else is interested.
Sure, please, yeah.
So first off, I'm not indigenous. As far as I know, I have no native ancestry. So take all of this with a grain of salt. Absolutely seek out indigenous, resources. Don't just take my word for it. And any native person is, their voice should definitely be valued over mine. But I did a really interesting paper on this, and there's like dozens, if not hundreds, of different examples of Two-Spirit identities in different tribes and different communities. There's Manitowoc in, and if I'm mispronouncing it, I apologize. This is why native voices should be listened to, obviously. But that's in the Anishinaabe. There's let's see, sorry, I'm reading through my paper to try to, there's Lamanas for the Zuni. There's Winkte for the Sioux or the Lakota. There's Nadle for the Diné or Navajo. There's oh, people are saying stop. Oh, my bad. I just wanted I just wanted to, you know, let people know that this is a real thing, and it's you know, all of my sources were native voices. If people haven't done the research, go do the research. But people are saying stop, so my bad. I'll stop.
I wait. Your heart's in the right place. We appreciate that. So thank you. I don't want to be too harsh on people. I also don't know. I'm not part of that community. I don't know. I can't speak to how harmful or not that would be. Yeah, I don't guessed if you just for the record, I don't I love you still. Blackwell says, "Can I?" Yeah, if somebody else wants to speak on it real quick, you can. We don't have any guests right now, so hop on up. Oh, and by the way, Georgia, thank you so much for the $5. When they did voter ID in Wisconsin, GOP Governor Walker closed down DMVs in several low-income areas, so they would have to travel extra long to get an ID. It's a terrible idea. And then they give you these white knight talking points, the actual white knight talking points. Oh, so you think immigrants are like, or people of color are poor? Like, do you think we're stupid, man? She asked if there was indigenous. She is studying a rare paper. Be kind. Someone is native here. They could come up, but the person who just came up was respectful. Yeah, whoever that was, you were trying to do the right thing. That's what I would. That's fine. The comments can be harsh sometimes. It's okay. There was also another one. There was a PayPal, damn it. There it is. Christine. Thank you for the $10. Christine says, enjoy listening to your show while at work. Love the different topics. Thank you so much. Much love, y'all. It really does help so much. Why you not? Guys, I can't invite people. I might have even lost some privileges this live. But if you're a Trump supporter, you want to debate, hop in the box. I'm about to turn the phone back on, I think. The guest boxes are glitching. Yeah, the guest like thing isn't even showing up. Three. Wow, that's crazy. Three. Now she can't get a state ID unless she obtains 3 marriage certificates. Oh, she's been. Oh, okay. Damn. Good lord. Ooh. Bitcoin plummets to its lowest price since Trump won the election. God damn, dude. Everyone's doing paywalls. Turn on the phone. All right, I got it. All right, let's do it. Boom. Phone is on, chat. It is on. The price of Plumbus has gone way up from Terrace. I bought my Plumbus early. You have a library card in Texas. Most libraries have database access to get past paywalls. Ooh, no, I don't, but probably get one. Yellow, is this a Trump supporter?
Yeah, hello?
Hello.
Yeah, how you doing, man?
Doing good. What do you like about Trump?
Question is, what do you not like about him?
Woof. Man, well, I don't really like military and police in the streets jamming up cities. I don't really like him doing mass deportation and doing stochastic terrorism and saying really mean things about minority groups. I don't like that he enriched himself by $1.5 billion last year somehow.
There's wait a minute, there's military in the streets?
Yeah.
That's ICE, right?
National Guard.
No, that's not. Yeah, that's not the. Oh, so you're against the National Guard in the streets?
Yeah. Why are we using them on our own citizens?
Do you vote Democrat?
I do.
You know Obama sent the National Guard, right?
No, not against the federal, not against the states, Will. That hasn't been done since we did desegregation.
We
It was Eisenhower.
He sent in the National Guard in the city. You think you might want to check that?
I already know this fact. Last time we did it against the state's will was Eisenhower when we had to escort a little girl into a school.
Do you disagree with the National Guard then?
No, I agree. I agree with the cause, but for this whole cause, I can't even get people to tell me why they agree with mass deportation. It's just a lot of like hatred.
Yeah, so you don't agree with no deportation. Oh, so you don't agree with mass deportation.
Yeah, can you tell me the benefits of mass deportation?
You know, there was more people deported under Biden, right, and Obama.
Mm-hmm. What are the benefits of mass deportation?
No, you said you're against it.
Right. So Obama, for instance, 60% of the people that he got were hardened criminals, like hardened, and the other 20% were just repeat offenders, and the other 10% were just people at the border. Biden actually turned away a very high percentage of people just at the border, and then all the other stuff. So he did it appropriately. He didn't politicize it. He didn't triple the ICE budget to do it. He didn't invade cities. He didn't have helicopters dropping people down into apartment buildings. He didn't have that.
You guys don't stop. Come on, man. You pull these numbers right out of your ass.
I know them because I argue this all day, every day.
Who says that they were 60% criminals that he deported?
Pew Research.
I don't know, man. I got to check up on that.
I think
you're
looking at my YouTube.
Job. I think. Huh?
You looking at my YouTube?
Oh, I won't look at your YouTube for the information. I'll look at the actual data.
Well, I'm showing you the data on my YouTube from the website.
Yeah, I would have to check that. Anyway, you need deportations anyway. That's the law of the land, man.
So this is different. When 60%, 70% of the people that Trump is arresting have no criminal record, and he's trying to do it at a scale. The scale that he announced is harmful to the economy in every single way, every metric.
Well, given the fact that Biden let in a lot of people, I guess he has to do mass deportations. You got to do them.
Wait, why is it? What helps? What is it helping with?
Well, so you want open borders?
Nobody did open borders. Biden was more strict at the border.
Okay, so Biden was more strict at. Oh, so what's the problem then?
So I'm talking about ruining the economy.
Wait. You said Biden was stricter at the borders, right? Which that's
Yes.
that's complete crazy to even say something like that. But
That's what the
let's say
numbers
that
are.
was no, dude. But let's say it's for real, even though anybody with a half a brain would know that's not the case. Let's say
Uh-huh.
that he was stricter with the border. So why are you complaining about Donald Trump then?
For the things I told you. So Donald Trump is committing atrocities, spending $140 billion. That's more than any military on earth besides China.
Okay.
And it's for doing things to ourselves, to go and pluck people out of our economy and hurt our economy. This is totally different. Trump's also talking about using him as his personal security. His personal security.
Okay. Who cares?
Okay, because the Gestapo allegations aren't going to stop when they act like Gestapo.
Gestapo. You mean like the close to the Nazi regime?
Yeah. Yeah. Remember
You're
when
calling Trump a
that
Nazi?
guy convinced the whole population that like 1% of the population was hurting the economy and that they were committing all the
You're
crimes,
crazy, man.
and then thought it was a good idea to eject them from the country?
Yeah.
You remember
Come
that
on,
guy
man.
that did that?
No, he's doing really good. The only thing he's doing bad at, I will give you, is he is doing bad economically. But the problem is Biden and Harris almost destroyed it. They were a complete mess.
I
They
don't think
almost
you can.
ran.
I don't think you can articulate that. What did they do that was bad?
Oh man, dude, they had open borders.
No, they didn't. They had a more secure border.
Dude, no, they did not. I've seen the videos.
Videos don't really show you the metrics, do they?
Dude, come on. They had open borders. They did.
So if somebody if a political party wanted to scare a bunch of people into thinking the border was wide open when it wasn't,
yeah,
and they just filmed some videos like that, what would be the difference between what they would do in this hypothetical and what you saw? What would be different? What would be the distinct difference?
But truth aside, you know that the borders were open. So
no, it's not open. No, the same border law was in place the first 3 years of Trump. The same exact border law. So there was no open border policy. There's no thing you could point to. None of y'all have a law that changed. None of y'all.
So 7 million people didn't come through?
So here's what you have to look at. There were somewhere over like 10 or 12 million encounters. And what happens during an encounter is they're stopped.
God.
They're stopped, and they say, "Hey."
They had 10 million encounters?
Yes, during COVID.
Oh my God! You know
during
what?
COVID?
The only thing I'm pissed off about with Donald Trump is he kind of let us down because he should have thrown Harris and Biden in jail for treason against the United States.
For what?
For what? For you just said it. 10 million encounters.
That's stopping people, right? So when someone walks up to our gate and they get stopped, that's an encounter. What is illegal? What's so bad about that?
And why were they all walking up to the gate?
Because of COVID. COVID wrecked the economy.
COVID. Come on, man.
You can see this.
Not a problem.
So the entire world experienced migration. You could see it on a fucking. You can see it on satellite. Yes.
Nah.
Yes.
Nah.
He had open borders. The minority of people that came to our country, when the people that left their countries came to our country, a lot of them went to other countries.
Nah, dude. There's nothing you can tell me because I've seen it.
You saw some videos of people walking, and now you just know the whole narrative. You know everything.
No, I've seen it, man. My own eyes.
Saw what?
I'm not going to get into the. I've seen a lot of people coming in. I know somebody that was down there, and actually.
But you're not giving me any like I have metrics. So Biden enforced the border at a rate of 50%.
What else do I need to give you?
Hold on.
What else do I need to give you? But my own eyes.
We can't stop people from coming to Disneyland. You could just have to see if they have a ticket, right? So that's what Biden did. Biden had people at the border, and he said, we're enforcing the border laws. He had a 50% deportation rate, but Trump had a 47%. So Biden did enforce the laws. He did it better than Trump, and we just had a lot of people come, especially it was actually exasperated because Trump, 4 hours before he left office, put Venezuela on something called the temporary protective status list. And these people knew the second Trump did that 4 hours before he left office that they could come to America. All of those people came to it. You probably saw some good videos of them trekking to America.
Nah, he's doing a good job with that. You know, and he should have. I'm pissed off at him because he should have put Biden in jail for that. That's treason against the United States.
What did Biden do? What action did he do?
Okay, well, according to you, he's done nothing wrong, right?
You got to tell me
Biden's
what he
done nothing
did.
wrong.
Tell me what he did.
Okay. Well, when they take office, they take an oath to protect America against foreign and domestic terrorism. Letting people in your 8 million people in your country, that's the exact opposite.
You're not really saying anything. Like they did this thing at the border that they were supposed to do.
I'm pretty sure the founding fathers would have executed them for that, but that's beside the point.
I don't think you're making any sense. Just because a bunch of people came to our front door, and the people who were let in, by the way, were either put into the immigration system or arrested or did catch and release and came back to court.
This is why apparently a lot of Americans feel the same, because that's why Donald Trump won the election.
You're just appealing to sheep, right? Like if you just look around and be like, oh, everybody else did it, must be right. Back when child marriage was a thing and everybody agreed, was it good?
What was that? I don't even know what that is.
Child marriage.
What is that though?
Where you marry a child or a grown man.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah, the majority of Christians in this country thought that was a great idea when this country was founded. Same thing with slavery. Was it a good
you're
thing?
Against Christianity now.
Was it a good thing when they did that?
You know what? I would love to know where you guys are coming from, though, because it seems like you guys don't like Donald Trump, don't like Christianity. It's like, who do you guys really hate? That's what I wonder about you guys. Like, who is it that you really hate?
Well, Christianity is like 100% of our politicians, and they're doing things to take away rights from people in the United States. Like I live in
what kind of rights?
Okay, so I live in Texas, and if you're raped and you want an abortion, you have a $10,000 bounty on you if you get caught.
No, come on, man.
What do you mean, come on?
Yeah, so you show nothing today. You just don't like Donald Trump.
You don't
and
want
that's just it.
You don't want to respond to what I just said? That's not a right being lost?
How long have you been doing YouTube?
For this topic, about over a year.
No. Overall, how long have you been doing YouTube?
6 years.
Have you ever brought up ICE? 6 years.
Have I ever pulled up an ICE agent?
Have you ever talked about ICE in 6 years? Before Donald Trump got in office, have you ever brought up anything about ICE?
No, I did gaming before this, so no, I wouldn't. Yeah, I wouldn't do that.
Yeah. So here's the problem with what you're doing. You don't have a problem with ICE. That's not your problem. You have a problem with Donald Trump.
No.
If Obama was in office, I guarantee you would not pull up nothing about ICE.
Okay, so the two distinctions I would make would be that we have great videos of Obama right now actually talking to an audience that's heckling him at one of his speeches, saying, stop the deportations, stop the deportations. There were people doing that. And he addressed them very well, very gracefully, unlike the way Trump is. And he's saying, we need to do this the right way. We need to do this through the courts. Trump is doing this with an iron fist, with a pin at his desk. Okay?
No, you didn't listen
that
to
is what's different. And he's also tripled the budget. He's tripled the budget. No, this is what makes society upset. When you lead the country like that, yes, I'm upset. You can't gaslight me into just saying, oh, it's Orange Man.
No. You don't like, and you know what? If you would just say that, that'd be problem solved, right? If you just say, you know what, I don't like Donald Trump. So whatever he does, I don't like him. I would say, all right, it is what it is. But you don't have a problem with ICE.
I'm sitting here telling you we could abolish ICE and I would be stoked about it, right? I would.
No, you would now. But if somebody else was in office, you really wouldn't care.
I don't think that anybody else has politicized ICE like Trump. Tripled the budget, has them wearing masks, not being answered to for the murders they're committing.
What murders? They didn't kill nobody. Who did they kill?
Alex Peretti.
Hey, he attacked him. I would have killed him too.
He had a phone in his hand.
No, he had a gun with 2 magazines in it.
That's illegal?
2 magazines?
Do they check how many magazines before they execute you, or what's the protocol there?
Well, I guess for him it's not. For him it's not illegal. No, for the woman it would have been illegal, basically, to have a gun.
Okay, but him, you don't have any ground to stand, and you no investigation, no names from the federal government. You don't think society should be upset about this? We should just be like, oh well, Obama used ICE once, so we just need to cope.
No. Somebody's. I mean, if you're trying to hold somebody down and they have a gun on them, I would have done the same thing.
They actually took the gun, walked away with it, and then shot him.
They did. They did. No. He took the gun, but you got to understand, in the heat of the moment, the other agents did not know that.
Yeah, so they're untrained. They don't know how to handle this type of situation.
You're right. They are untrained for civilian fights, but
yeah,
the problem is people should not be attacking them. They're there for enforcement. See,
they should know how to
de-escalate
de-escalate people attacking them, especially given the political environment that Trump has created.
No. You're right. They should. You know what that is? Call the police. Those Democrats won't allow them police out there, so now they're putting those ICE agents out in harm's way.
You can't even justify why they need to be there, right? You can't even justify why we need to do all this mass deportation.
Because you have to, man, look, you need to deport people. You need secure borders in your country, or else
that has nothing to do with the border, right? Like 60% of these people,
it does.
60% of these people are visa overstays, so we know who they are. We've done background checks. They're just fine. And deporting them hurts our economy in every single aspect. Every single metric falls. Your wages, if you're the top 63% of the economy, your wages fall.
I'm nowhere near that, buddy. I'm as broke as they come, so it has nothing to do about money.
You don't happen to work at AutoZone, do you?
Work at AutoZone? No. Why?
You sound like somebody I know.
No. Are you from New Jersey?
No, but I game with somebody who sounds like you.
All right. Well, man, I'm gonna go. Good debate. Hey, man, at the end of the day, we can agree to disagree, man. But have a good day, man. Bless you, man.
All right, you too.
Yeah.
Chat, follow the stream if you enjoy these debates. I'm going to throw the phone number back up. Chat, if you want to contribute to my Excedrin fund, my Cash App and PayPal are in the Venmo. Hello, is this a Trump supporter?
Nigger.
So yes, they were. Is this a Trump supporter?
Have you ever wondered how far you could stick your hand up your ass?
I have, yeah.
Have you ever tried?
Yeah.
Awesome. Then you'll know that it is nigger.
Dude, you just keep going. I wasn't gonna kick you. Just get it all out, dude. I didn't kick you. How old am I? Married, kids? I am 37. I have no children. I'm single. And quite possibly ready to mingle. I have mini pickles. I have a little baby furry girl. Pickles is my child. That's true, guys. I'm sorry. Sorry. I told her I'm sorry. So you're saying I have a chance, Tic Tac? Get that girthy wiener over here, Tic Tac. I should answer him on. That's not a bad idea, Jared. That's not a bad idea. Hello? Hello?
Hi there.
Hi, are you a Trump
Hello,
supporter?
how are you doing?
Doing good. Are you a Trump supporter?
No, Mr. Pickles, but I just wanted to say something. I've been listening to you for the past 2 hours, and I just need your opinion on something.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that a lot of the people, well, I'm going to say most, but a lot of the people who you debate with, do you think that they do have some mental issues?
No. I wouldn't say something diagnosable. No.
Well, okay, that's understandable. Because as I say, I've been listening to you, especially when that I think that Hispanic guy was talking about the largest population of minorities in the country, etc. He was bouncing from pillar to post better than any ball could bounce around the place. He really didn't. I don't speak Spanish, but I think I would be a better representation of, of Spanish people than he will be, you know. Anyways, I love looking at you, love listening to you and stuff like that.
Hey, thank you
And
so much.
yeah, you know, and thanks for not making any dynastics.
Hey, take it easy, man. Thank you for coming up.
You too, man. Have a good one.
All right. Oh, chat. Chat, I neither endorse nor oppose some of the things my guests say. Ignoritis, MAGA. Ugh. That guy literally sounded like somebody I game with. I'm like almost 100% sure it's him. Bad Bunny derangement syndrome. Dude, I never really like stopped to listen to a lot of his art until the whole situation went down, and fucking slaps, dude. Anybody else kind of creeped out by the whole Jared Kushner being the puppet president? You guys see that bit? Kushner's in my nightmares. Explain. So this is just like me remembering it flashing in a video earlier before I went to sleep last night. But like apparently he has really close ties to the government of Israel, and then just to see how much money he made 2 billion when Trump was president, which seems like a weird dynamic. Like Trump, I could see him being like, where's my money? You know, like, but if Kushner was the one telling him how shit should go, then, and also it makes me think about when Trump won presidency, Kushner was on record calling the White House. Trump did not expect to win, and they didn't even know how to staff the White House. Kushner was on record calling the White House, going, "Hey, when we're inaugurated, like, how many people do we bring? What jobs need to be filled?" And they're like, all of them. He's like, "Oh yeah, that's right," and hung up. BB's Jared's godfather. Oof. Halftime show should be a mix. Like, if there were this many clues about Biden and his son and corruption, dude, it would be such a different tone from them. But the web of people that's being spelled out in the Epstein files and just how it was already before all of this, it's so crazy that they don't care. They don't care. Steve Bannon is my new, I don't know, say like biggest fear or something. It's my new. He's a bigger monster than I thought he was. He's like a big role in not just our politics, but like world politics, like geopolitics. He has had his hands in disrupting so many countries. Stephen Miller's bad, but I think it's Bannon, dude. I think it's fucking Bannon. At first, I thought it was just Steve Miller and him being a dumb fucking idiot and, you know, big, giving Trump all the orders. I think he's just kind of like a middle tier. Poland's investigating Epstein ties to Russia. This is not about persuasion. It's about disorientation. Steve Bannon, 2016. Peter Thiel, Steve Bannon. I still think Steve Bannon, like, I guess he might be tied with Peter Thiel and like Elon Musk. Russ Vought. He's definitely our monster. The ties that I was learning earlier with the Epstein stuff, the people who owned modeling agencies that Epstein was close to, that Trump was also close to, so like Jean-Luc, also like the person who directed Melania's film that just came out, he's in the Epstein files. There's a picture of him with a young woman. She's redacted, sitting right next to Epstein with another young woman. He claims that was his fiance. People did the homework. The fiance was a victim of Epstein, so that's even worse if it was his fiance. But this guy was the director of Melania's movie. He was also, he said he like didn't know Epstein before and after the encounter with him and fiance in the picture. It had nothing to do with him, but we have like just email after email between him and Epstein, him being mentioned by Epstein, and him hanging out with all of the other pedophile people that groomed women for Epstein. He's very close to Trump. He was engaged to Serena Williams. Yeah. I'm learning from it. When you talk to no. We can totally do this without hurting the victims. We could totally do plenty. Maybe not all of it. We can do plenty. If there's people in the fucking files bragging about just having pizza with a 9-year-old, you cannot redact that. You can just not redact that. You can tell us who that is, or you can go after them. Why are we protecting those people? I don't, like, if they admitted this is self-admit, like, I don't need a victim to come recount that for us. I don't need that. Trump pulling 700. I saw that. Trump pulling out 700 agents from ICE from Minnesota. What's up, dude?
Hey, man. What are you doing? How you doing?
Doing good.
I mean, how you doing? I know what you're doing. How are you doing?
I'm good. Do you want to talk nasty to me while I use the restroom?
That makes me feel uncomfortable in front of people.
Just do it.
I like it better when you call me. Ah, shit. Now he's gone. So hey, man, or not man, but hey guys, Steve Bannon just came out yesterday, and he's standing there and he's like, yeah, no, we're going to include ICE within our elections from now on. You will see ICE protecting our polling places. This is going to try to prevent people from actually voting. Like, it's going to scare people away, specifically marginalized communities, away from going to the ICE stations because they're afraid they're going to get fucked with just by going there. This is really not good. He promised in November we'll have ICE agents at the polling stations. Kind of reminiscent of like back in the 1920s when they had the Triple K at the polling stations because they needed to protect the polling stations from who? From brown people. That's right. They did that in the 20s too. I don't know why people don't fucking see this. Why don't people see this repeating? I don't know. Anyway, yeah, and the Olympics, Italy's having some pretty big protests right now because of the Olympics. Italy's saying, hey, we've already had black shirts within this. I mean, I said it out loud. We've already had ICE type members within our country. We don't want them back, and they're having some pretty big protests. And guess what? The police are attacking the protesters in Italy too, because fascism is rampant throughout the world. But yeah, they're sticking up for us in other countries. It looks like. Did you hear all that?
I did.
Was that talking dirty to you?
Yeah. Thank you so much. Shook itself.
Mm-hmm. So hey, man, I had to get an XLR to a C port adapter because my microphone, the female part of it, it's loose in there. I know that sounds really bad, but it disconnects my microphone, so I got to go through the XLR to a C, and apparently it's going to make better audio as well.
Yeah,
so
it's going to use the condenser. Yeah, hell yeah.
It's doing C to C right now. Is that not using a condenser?
I can hear the hiss, so the condenser will take all that out.
All right. Well, good to know.
Yeah.
So, yeah, ICE is going to be heading up our polls, and they're going to make sure we're not cheating.
Sweet.
Yeah, and then the poll taxes that they're putting on top of people as well. Yeah. Requiring them to have certain not identifications. That's not the argument. The argument isn't people need to have identifications. The argument is the certain types of identifications they're not only not allowing, but they're only allowing.
Yeah,
it's gonna they've said it in the past, man. The less people vote, the more Republicans win.
Yeah,
that's the intention. So I wanted to get your opinion on Tallarico and Crockett. What are your thoughts on that?
I like Tallarico. I think Crockett might have some things that she said that might really hurt her chances. That if we're going to stand with our morals, we can say, okay, things like Hot Wheels, like you've even said, is not okay rhetoric.
Yeah.
Kind of ableist.
I'm not willing to give up everything else just because she said Hot Wheels, though. Like I can't
still
hold
like
that
her
against somebody when we're talking about fascism in the country.
Yeah.
I think the rhetoric is a little less important than
I'm just saying
She did. She
it
like
hurt
that
her
was fucked up.
chances.
But
It hurt her chances.
yeah,
So I'm
well,
saying.
I think if she were a white man, nobody would even fucking mention it. The only
That's
reason why
true.
they're gonna use that shit against her is because she's black.
Yeah.
Because she's a black woman specifically.
It sucks
I don't
that
know, like
the standard is that they have to have a pristine fucking track record, and a white man can come and grape and grab women by the pussy and shit.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, like she's the better choice, and we gotta push that. We gotta push that hard. If we expect to see any changes, we can't just go with the standard quo like we've been doing.
Yeah.
I know Tallarico's got some good ideas. I like Jasmine's better, and I think she can be more effective. It's not even my state. I don't even know why I'm talking about it. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
I don't even get a vote. What is she, Harris County? No, she's up in Dallas, right?
She's my county. She was.
What county are you?
Dallas.
Dallas County? Yeah, she was. Yeah. You know, they did that specifically for her house.
Yeah.
They drew lines around her. That's like the... How much more redlining can you get? No, technically that's gerrymandering, not redlining. Anyway, that's all I had, man. I wanted to give you guys a heads up about ICE being at the polls. Don't let that shit scare you away. That's their intention. It's to scare us away. Don't let it happen. Don't let it work. It's going against state laws, right? Like the states are in charge of their votes. They're in charge of everything that goes on during the voting. During the voting at the polls. The federal government really doesn't have a say. So for them to put federal agents at the polls, like we made in Arizona, we made laws against, because we had a bunch of what's their name, Patriot Front, those fucking guys. So they had a bunch of Patriot Front outside of the polling booths, but they made a law saying, hey, you can carry, because we're super open carry here. Like we don't even need a permit for concealed. So they said, hey, you can carry, or you can have your open carry here, but you have to be 250 feet away from the polling station. So they did. They sat in their trucks 250 feet away with their AKs and shit strapped, and it's just to intimidate people. But now, according to Steve Bannon, those same people, the Patriot Front, has now joined ICE, and by law, they're allowed to be at the polling stations. That's the difference. Yeah, I'm in Arizona. Anyway, I feel like I just brought the whole room down.
No. Someone says, what does Hot Wheels mean? They're just referring to our governor that is in a wheelchair.
Yeah, it's a very silly, lame joke about people in wheelchairs. It's way overplayed. It's derogatory.
Who do I think could win against? I think Tallarico, because of aforementioned sexism and racism. Tallarico has better chances. And conservatism, like he's the Christian that thinks it should be, stay out of the government. I think he has chances of getting some of the people here in Texas, which, I mean, let's be fucking real. We really don't even, like, the number of people in Texas that are liberal far outnumber Republicans. It's sad that we just have to win with our hands tied behind our back, walking uphill through fucking mud.
Yep. Is he against DEIA? Tallarico? I don't know. Maybe they're not talking about him. Man in Texas. Mr. Man in Texas.
Lame is an ableist. I did not know that, Van.
Yeah, no, it 100% is. So there's a lot of historical slurs, I guess, or
They're just
I don't
baked
know, what
in,
would be a good
baked
word?
into our language.
Yeah, for 100%. Like the word handicap. That's a slur.
Really?
Yeah, man. It literally refers to somebody holding cap in hand, begging for money. It delegates certain communities to nothing better than beggars and paupers.
No way.
Yeah, no bullshit.
My mind is
have you ever heard the
blown.
word? Have you ever heard the word invalid?
No, actually.
To be invalid means you can't work because you're injured, because you have injuries. They call you an invalid. If you spell invalid, it literally spells invalid.
Yeah. Okay. That's what I was thinking you were pronouncing.
They're calling you invalid to society because you're no longer productive. This is like, this shit's baked in, man. 100% baked in. Dubai in the UAE is actually doing something really cool. They are making their cities completely accessible. And they don't even use the words like disability, disabled, or handicap. They call them people of determination. Hold on. My dog's getting excited because my wife is leaving. She wants to go with. She's got to go pick up the kid. Anyway, so yeah, there's a lot of, and the whole handicap thing that actually comes from a game. In the 1800s, they had a game. It was kind of like a Monopoly game, but everybody kind of had their own class or their own place. And one of them was a beggar, and they were disabled, so they called him handicapped because that was his place in life, was to beg. This shit goes deep, man. Do you know what the Capitol Crawl is?
Yeah, you told me about that 2 weeks ago. I'm reading New York Times just put out an article. It's about the protester that the White House circulated doctored images. The image, this is the real image, and the White House posted was altered. I think it was like her smiling. Let's see what the fake image shows.
No, she was crying. She was bawling. She, like, when they pulled her out, they were doing the perp walk, and she was
there
very
it is.
stoic about it.
So that's the fucking yeah. Wow, dude.
The big
Look
difference.
at the change. Kristi Noem posted that on her account.
Yep.
What a disgusting thing, dude. Like, this organization, the fact that Kristi Noem isn't still got a job. I mean, I hear that she might be on the chopping block. The fact she still has a job, she's not, like, the administration's not distancing themselves very publicly, very abruptly right now is just showing that, like, this is just on par to what their whole thing is. They're skewing things and sending it to the public. They're lying about some of the victims that are being killed. It's in your face, dude. It's so bad.
Photoshops of it was Clinton and Epstein and kids, and they were all just kind of hanging around and stuff like that. And you look at it, and it's clearly, and then so they proved they were fake, and they're like, this is what this picture's from. This isn't even what Bill Clinton looked like in 1990. This isn't what Epstein looked like in 1990. And they're comparing back and forth. They're like, this is clearly Photoshop. They're saying these photos are from 1990, but they're using like 2020 pictures of Clinton. He looks like a lot older in 2020 than he did in 1990. You know. So yeah, I think they're doing that intentionally, so that way they can throw this stuff out there, and it makes you doubt all of it. Because you saw one or two fake ones. Now you have the carte blanche or the plausible denial to say all of them are. That's the whole intention, man. I'd like to suggest a book. It's called How Propaganda Works. It's by Jason Stanley. It really does lay all this shit out for you, so that way it's a lot easier to recognize it when you see it. It's a short book. It's about, I don't know, a 6-8 hour read. You could read it in a day. Are you looking it up?
Mm-hmm.
He just came out with a new one. It's called Erasing History. That's really good too. It's literally talking about the destruction of the school system in America, the education system. Jason Stanley just moved to Canada. He's a historian. He specializes in fascism. And when Trump got elected, he hauled ass. He's like, I know how this ends. I read a lot of books and I write books about this shit. This doesn't end well for the historians. They're not treated well when the regime comes in. So he's in Canada with quite a few other ones too. A lot of people took off. When the historians who study fascism all of a sudden flee, that's a canary. That's a canary in the coal mine. You should do a live, just read it. Just read the book.
Okay.
Anyway, I'm going to bounce out, man. Nobody's coming up. I don't know if you want to restart or what. I've actually lost you like 100 people talking about this shit.
You're good. In live 3.5 hours. I might hop off too.
Cool. All right. Well, thanks for having me up. Pay attention to Steve Bannon. You're on to shit. Like we've been talking about him for quite a while. He's the mastermind behind all this. He's the white supremacist in charge, for sure. But y'all take care. Be safe.
All right, smoochies. Did the 1.0 catch a banana? It did, Gemini. It did. Y'all, don't forget to follow. This is my alt account. If you haven't followed my main account, it's Pickles GGS. It's in the profile, I think. But might call it here. Need to eat, and got a lot of missions to do on the moon right now. All right. He's such a wealth, but Tic Tac he's whoever rose to power. Tic Tac would be my counsel. Probably be my boss. Could I at least be in the cabinet? Sure. Yeah. For a small fee. But I would be in charge of our esports division, that's for sure. I'll be your shrink. You'll be my barista? Dude, I could use a really good dirty chai latte right now. And I don't mean that. I mean that both ways. You should have requested and said something. Yeah, if you have something you want to share real quick, if you're friendly, you can hop up. I know Blackwell, you've been asking to come up for a sec. My bud tender. Please play the song Flicker Lights by Alexander Hibbs. Dude, somebody I just checked out this morning. Dude, I'm definitely like my parents when I was young. You know how like your parents didn't know what the fuck was going on with music and artists and stuff? That's me right now. I'm having that realization. But I saw an artist that was nominated for a bunch of Grammys that made a song about ice. It was pretty good. Seemed like a really cool, humble artist. All right. Chad, I think that's what we're doing. Is that what we're doing? I'm going to get off. Chat, I love you. I will see y'all tomorrow. Have a good night. Thank you to everybody who followed. Thank you for all of the support tonight. Thank you for the donos and the stickers. I will see y'all tomorrow on this account. It's going to be on this